Welcome back, everybody. I am your host, Tay, with the Off the Menu podcast. Thank you guys for watching thus far. This is a very special episode. We have a very special guest host here today, Mr. Brian Chow. And then on today's episode, our very special guest is Murphy Youngsta, father, husband, videographer, dancer, content creator, go-getter, big stepper, going crazy. Yeah, there we go.
Amazing.
Episode 98. This is where I usually do it right here.
Oh,
98 degrees.
What's going to be 100?
Oh man, we're trying to figure it out. We'll see what happens.
You got to drop an eye emoji on
Dude,
100 though.
what I'm trying to do at 100 is
You
like,
got to do you know what I'm talking about now. You
Yeah.
have to do the eye emojis for 100.
yeah. But of course we got IT technical support, Seafood Ying in the back.
Shout out CEO, COO, holding it down.
Mm-hmm. She's got back from SF, so she's back to work. You know, this is a Thursday episode. We had to get Murphy in. I just barely met him 2 days ago, and I was
Was
like,
that not yesterday?
No,
It felt like yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
It was
No,
Tuesday.
no,
Swear to
it was
God.
two days
Okay.
ago.
Oh my God.
Tuesday, right?
Okay.
Tuesday.
because I picked up Amy yesterday, so there was no
Okay,
way.
yeah.
So I actually just met Murphy on Tuesday, and then I was like, dude, I need to have you on the podcast. Something happened, and the guest that didn't come on Tuesday, didn't come, canceled on us. And I was like, that's perfect, because I want to have Murphy's episode out now so I can actually bring up happy 1 year to Mr. Brian Chow, who was our first official guest in this podcast room that you
Let's
guys
go.
see behind us.
Bless. Thank you for having me again.
Of course, brother. It's been an amazing year. You know, we met a lot of amazing people, and with Brian's help, we've been able to connect with a lot of people and build relationships.
It's not me. It's the whole network itself.
And it's the whole network that he introduced us to. We'll put it that way.
I'm just
Or
one
at least
person.
me. At least me.
I'm just one person.
Yeah. But this is episode 98 Off the Menu podcast. Actually, let's go ahead and just catch up with Brian real quick before we get into Murphy's story and what he does. Brian, thank you first of all for being such a great friend and brother to me. You know,
Of course.
we always talk. Like there's a lot of people that I still talk to on the podcast, but you're one that I really connect with and keep like communicating with. So thank you for building that off after just one episode of just knowing each other.
Of course. It's like, thank you for being up at like late at night when I like need answers and stuff. Truly, it's like much needed.
Yeah.
Saving grace, honestly.
I do that for people. So if I'm up at 3 a.m., I will respond.
Phone's always on.
Phone's always on. Ringer's always on.
Amen.
Um,
What's up?
Yeah.
How are you? How are you, Murphy?
I'm just trying to let y'all have the conversation first.
yeah. But no, Murphy, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here on such short notice too. Like I said, we barely met you on Tuesday. I told Brian yesterday, I was like, yo, I need to get Murphy on. How do I get it? And he's like, let me ask him. And connection, see? Network that we were able to build off each other. I had just chopping it up. We were just sitting there and I was like, bro, like you do a lot of stuff, amazing stuff. Your content's amazing. And just the things you do for other people, like you're willing to put yourself out there and make sure your work shows. But let's go ahead and get into it. For our viewers, who are you and what do you do?
So my name is Murphy Yang, aka Murphy Yangster. I do videos. I've been doing videos for the past 5 years, and then before that, I had a dance career. So professional dancer, danced in Vegas, LA, and here in Utah. I have 3 beautiful daughters and a beautiful wife, and a great life that I'm building to build into an empire. So yeah,
I'm gonna give you your flowers real quick, bro. You were on So You Think You Can Dance, and you made it pretty far, didn't you?
yeah, top 30.
Out of how many people, Murphy?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like, when you audition, like in that process, when you audition for So You Think You Can Dance, you're probably going against $10,000 dancers in that state. So,
Just in one state.
So
okay.
in one state. So let's just say they go to 10 states. You're going against 100,000.
And then out of the 100,000, how many people get selected?
So then you go into Vegas, which they compile it up to probably another 100,000 or 10,000.
Okay.
And then from that 10,000, they cut straight to 1,000. Like day
Wow.
one Vegas, they cut to 1,000.
And then after 1,000, what does it cut down to?
100.
And then 100 goes to 50, I'm assuming?
Yeah. Well, 100 goes to however they want to cut it to.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So you were on So You Can Think You Can Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
on YouTube. I'm pretty sure he's put it on a story that it's on YouTube. You can really
But-
watch him dance.
I just barely met him, so I actually I will go check that out after though.
Surprise.
So he did tell us that he's a dancer, and that's the one thing he said. Growing up, that was one thing he did a lot of. You know, and that's why he was in Vegas doing that kind of stuff. But that's also incredible that you were able to go to Vegas first of all and get into a competitive state of mind to be able to go up against that many people. Because you know, Vegas has an influx of creative dancers. And for you to stand out in that kind of state, in that city, first of all, it's amazing.
Yeah. The whole like So You Think You Dance process is insane, especially like old school So You Think You Dance, because that was more based on not only branding, but talent. And you're going against like the most incredible dancers. I remember, so I was featured on season 9, but when I was on season 12, I remember they were cutting like these dancers that like I looked up to, where I was like, bro, he should have made it. Why am I here? And it was that reassurance of like, nah, like I do have something to prove or something to show. And like just having like, for me, my mentor at that time was Twitch, rest in peace. But he told me like, you have to understand it's a casting call. It's a TV show. It's not just a talent show. Like you need the talent, but how can we brand you? How can we sell you? And when I got cut, like that's what he told me. And he's like, don't let it discourage you, because you know you're great, especially just to be here like in the top 100 in general. But to make it top 30, to technically Green Mile, which is where you make it to their top 20. Yeah, making it there, like it's hard for dancers to get this far. And I was like, dope. Like it was reassuring.
Yeah. That's amazing though. Once again, like for you to even make it to a top 30 in anything is really tough, because in the US, like I said, there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of everything, but just to be even that talented or even given the chance to be part of something like that, it's amazing.
Okay, there's another thing I had to ask. You were a Jabberwocky?
So
I want you to like tell us what you can about that like whole thing, because like that was one group I looked up to when I was like 6.
I did too.
So
So with Jabwalkies, can't really talk about it. But what I will say is, it's like magic. You can't really
describe it.
teach. I mean, I can teach you the magic, but once I teach you,
Yeah, but it's not the same though.
It's gone. Does that make sense? So it's like the guys
Magician never tells.
yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
So the
It's all
guys
good.
behind the mask, not me.
Yeah.
The guys behind the mask, not me. Not you, not him. It's Jabwalkies. And that's what they are. That's how I have to
So the Jabberwockies are magicians, is what you're basically telling me.
Yes.
I'm in.
He's just saying that they're just, you don't look at Jabberwockies being individuals going into
They're
a
an
group. They're
entity.
just one entity, just
Yes.
one being.
Okay.
Right. And taking away the magic behind it would just be like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's
Oh, so basically
yeah.
naming, like just talking about it would take away the magic of
They're good
what
homies
the
of
entity
mine.
is.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
It's like
Cool.
Mickey Mouse. If
boy.
you know Mickey Mouse, like that's, you could be Mickey Mouse, but you could be like, oh yeah, I know Mickey Mouse. Like, he's
Yeah,
cool.
okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, okay.
But that's amazing that you had opportunities like that into the dance world and stuff. So, you know,
Funny story. So since we're all
You gonna leak
Asian,
information now? Oh, never mind.
no, I'm not leaking.
Hey, go ahead.
he's not a
But
magician.
I'm homies with some of the Jabwalkies. But one of the best stories I had was meeting Quest Crew, which was like my all time.
Wow.
Okay, I love Jabwalkies, but Quest Crew
Quest Crew brought a different flavor.
Quest Crew was my dudes. Me and my crew were chilling. LMFAO came down here in 2012, and we saw some dudes in the club who dressed like dressed like they're dancers.
Yeah.
So me and my crew were like, "Nah, we're gonna smoke these guys. Like, fuck these guys." So we went to go battle them. Kind of kicked their ass, and then they called their homies, which was Quest Crew, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So we got smoked by them.
Had to call the boss.
Yeah, and then we just had a good vibe, and then made homies with the crew, and then made homies with one of my boys, Q, and he's like, "Yo, like, what y'all doing tomorrow?" We're like, "Nothing." Like, "Yo, I'm gonna get you backstage passes. Like, come through." So we went to the Maverick Center, which were where they were performing, and got to enjoy it, and then got to party with them and like sesh with them. So session is like just vibing and dancing, and that experience was actually pretty sick as like a dancer, because like most people are like hyped to see like LMFAO. Nah, we were like, no, we're here for the crew. So yeah, that was a dope experience.
That was really one of the only reasons I watched that Party Rock videos, because of Quest Crew, you know, and that's like being fans of the show and them taking, you know, everyone. I grew up in the Northwest. So in the Northwest, there was a lot of B-boy communities, right? And so I grew up around a lot of that stuff. Some people don't know this, but I know I watched J Park battle back in the day. So J Park's a Korean artist. He's from Seattle, but he was in Crazy Monkey's crew, and he actually came to one of the Portland battles. And then, dude, I like talked to him. I was very young, and I was like, oh man, this guy is cool. And then next thing you know, this fool blows up. He hella blew up. And then I was like, oh man, this is kind of crazy that this is what you can do from dance, though. You know, being an entertainer, first of all, is really tough. But being a dancer, because a lot of it's behind the scenes stuff. And people only get to see that 30 seconds or 1 minute that you're on, you know?
One, like the biggest thing, so sorry, just FYI, I have ADHD. So if I go everywhere, my bad.
You're fine. I'll redirect us back.
But when it comes to dancing, I think like for me, the beauty of it is like you get to learn like discipline, dedication. There's hidden meanings or hidden things that you can learn from dance that makes you like a better person. But the thing that I love the most about dance is you literally take a year to learn one move, or you literally take 1 year to learn a 1 minute piece dance. So all that hard work, people are like, oh my gosh, I just see the final result, but they didn't see the blood, sweat, tears, the burning your shoulders for trying to do windmills, and the beauty of it is like when people say, oh, it must be nice, or like that's easy, like you make it look easy, and it even translate to doing videos, because I do videos. It translates to that, to where it's like a lot of people are like, oh, you're so fast and like your quality's so good. And it's like, yeah, because I spent the past couple years to try to do it as good and as fast as I can. Same with food. It's like, oh, that recipe's so good. It's so easy. And you're like, bruh, this is my mom's recipe. So this is like 50 years, you know? Like, so.
With everything, there's time, right? So that's what people don't usually see, is that it did build up over time. Like when people say I cook really well, I'm like, honestly, like I just watch people that I thought that cooked really well, and I kind of just made their recipes mine. And so it kind of became easy. But now it's easy for me to cook. So if someone says make something, I'm like, oh, that's easy. But that's the difference. See, but you can't tell someone like, man, that's a crazy move. I'm like, oh, that's going to take you like 3 months really to really get it down.
Yeah.
But wait, so in the dance community, were you more of a b-boy, or were you more of just all-around dancer?
I was an all-around dancer. Like I try not to claim like b-boy, because like it's everything about dance in the hip hop community is very sacred. And it's just like hip hop in general. Like you're not invited to the cookout. Yeah. Like you're not invited. Like, so and like the black community saved me, dance saved me. But going to like for me, it was dance. Yeah. Dance saved me. Hip hop saved me. So I just wanted to be a great all-around dancer. So I'd pick stuff from b-boying, from popping, from locking, and just fusion, like making it a fusion. Because I think some of like with food, some of the best flavors come from like this piece and that piece. For me, some of the best like fighters, MMA.
MMA is a perfect,
Bruce Lee, like I was inspired by Bruce Lee at a young age, and seeing him mix martial art, I was like, oh, well, I want to mix dance. I want to make it beautiful. So I'd like pop in my rounds and hit some flares or whatever. And And again, like for me, I just saw, I look at life, or I look at dance, and I look at everything in life from a different point of view or a different angle. And that's how you create something that nobody else is doing. So same with video. I shoot it from a different angle or a different spot where I'm like, oh, that's the shot. And you just know, and you feel it, and you're like, yup, yeah.
Wow. That's crazy that you can just take things though, and whatever you've learned in life, you can kind of use it in anything, in any type of metaphor, and actually utilize it in that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's because you build. The one thing about being Asian American, first of all, we have like addictive personalities to certain things, and then when we get really stuck on fixated and have tunnel vision on one thing, like we can do this, we can really make this happen, and then as you get older, you're realizing that you can take what you were fixated on so much about and put it into something else, and then put it into something else, and then now you're just growing all these different plants in your life, and you're like, oh man, I can do a lot more than what I used to think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's beautiful, bro.
Yeah. And I also want to get into it too, because, there were little things that you were saying that really built a little connection between us right away. Like how you said you were from Fresno, my family's from Fresno, like we go there to visit and stuff. So seeing someone from Fresno, and also you're Southeast Asian, so you don't really see too many Southeast Asian creatives in Utah, first of all. So it's really crazy that, you had said that you're Hmong, and that's something I also want to talk about too, because that's a lot of stuff that people don't really understand or go into, So how was that kind of stuff molded you into the person you are today? Like being from Fresno, being Hmong, and, the things that you've done.
Yeah. So more about my background is I'm from Fresno, California. I actually grew up in the hood out there. And my parents and my grandparents were immigrants. And like to kind of go like backtrack just a little bit more is my grandpa fought in the war to help America bring the troops back home. And they're like, hey, if you help us, because you guys know the jungle is just as good as they do, we'll sponsor you, move you to America, but it's just you and your family. Like you can't bring your parents or whatever. And crazy story too is like my grandpa was an orphan. So his parents died at when he was a young kid, and the village raised him and fought for the U.S. and moved out here, brought my grandma and my mom and my uncles and aunties, and then and stayed, like they went to Utah first and then went to Fresno, California. And for what they knew, like the projects was better than back home.
Yeah, yeah.
My Hmong means free people, but when I was younger, I didn't really like appreciate my culture, and that's one thing like I wish I was more involved in. When I was younger, I mean, now I can and teach my children, but being Asian American or Hmong American, it was very hard to connect with other Asians because I wasn't born in the mainland.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't like them. I was different because I was born here.
Yeah.
And that was very tough. And for those who are Asian American, understand.
Yeah.
and they know, but Fresno molded me into like, most people coming where I'm from or the same situation grew up in gangs, or especially around our time. So that's all you connected with. And for me, it was dance. I picked up dancing actually watching my uncles, even though they're in gangs. And, I mean, I just learned like everyone's culture.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm sorry, I'm going.
You were a sponge.
Yeah.
You absorbed everything.
So like I absorbed the Hispanic culture, like the Mexican culture out there, polys, and the black culture. I took in everything, and like even natives. There was Native Americans out there, and just seeing how they did life, I was like, wow, like this is interesting, and it was like very humbling for me. But like again, I take this so to heart is like coming where I'm from and seeing the people I grew up with kind of like stuck.
Yeah.
And me being able to
Make it out.
yeah, like
I feel that too. I'd feel that too, like the T, because I'm from the DMV. Well, I'm from Maryland, so it's just like, I don't know, small town.
mm-hmm.
And if you don't get out, you don't get out.
Yeah, you stuck.
And thank
Yeah.
God I did.
It happens, dude. And I grew up in Southeast Portland. Literally, the Southeast Portland's nickname, the city, is Felony Flats. And I grew up in like where I knew every kid in every street. I knew everyone that was doing something. I watched a little girl get hit by a car on my way to school. I watched a drive-by shooting. So I've seen a lot of stuff in my life. And, you know, coming from a lifestyle where we grew up in Utah first, or my family did, and my parents had to move us out away from the gang life that was happening here in Utah because a lot of stuff was going on. They knew we weren't prepared to live this lifestyle still. So my parents pulled us out from one ghetto and put us into another one, but the other one taught me a lot more. You know, when you grow up in Utah, you're not diversified, first of all. You're stuck with your niche. You're stuck with your people that, you know, are going to mold you and help you. But in Portland, I grew up around so many people.
Yeah.
A lot of my best friends were Latin, you know, and that's when I came back to Utah. I was more comfortable hanging out with people that were of the Hispanic culture because those are the ones that brought me in really easy, because Asians are very judgmental. They will judge the shit out of you. What kind of Asian you are? You're a jungle Asian? Oh, man. Oh, that's disgusting.
A what?
No, a ghetto Asian, you know.
Yeah, so like
I get it.
I never heard this.
So when I was younger, I was a lot darker. That's like, and I still have trauma from it because I avoid the sun at all costs. But when I was young, I lived outside, so I was dark, and they're like, "You're the dirty Asian," like, because you're Southeast Asian, so you're, what is it like? Best way to describe it is, if you're Chinese, you have standards, and you're like.
If you're Chinese, you're of standard, first of all.
yeah.
That's how people look at it.
Yeah, and then like the movie Crazy Rich Asian, like that's the standard that you're uphold to.
We talked about that.
But anything else, you're a poor Asian. And I'm like, where's my crazy poor Asian movie? But
you know what? You should make something like that. That might be something we put in Sundance or something, because
oh God,
I think right now there's so many opportunities for us to tell our stories, because a lot of our stories in a way they relate to one another. A lot of the Southeast Asians have these stories of gang violence, of, you know, drug use, and then for some reason, someone in those families, there's always someone that dances to get away from that.
oh yeah,
You know, my brother, he was a b-boy, so he was like staying away from that stuff, and he had all his friends that were b-boys, so he really pulled away from that lifestyle. Me, I was a very quiet, when I moved to Utah, I was very reserved, because I knew if I started making friends with the Asian community, it's just gonna be a lot of backlash, a lot of stuff, and then I wasn't prepared to do that when I moved back from Portland. But, you know, it happens, you know, and that's a life that we don't get to choose. That's a life that's given to us, and so you kind of have to play your cards with it.
yeah. But like going back to the whole like thing is just my like coming from where I'm from, like. And this is just in life in general, because I'm very huge on like this life type stuff, or these like lessons, is most people become, you know, part of wherever they come from.
The surroundings, yeah.
So you either become a superhero or a supervillain.
Or you became the villain from the superhero.
So all the hurt that you went through, you're putting everyone else through because you got hurt, so you want to hurt the world.
Hurt people.
For me, I was hurt so bad to where I was like, well, I don't want the next me to get hurt, so I'm going to heal that person. I'm going to create Murphy Yang, like a quote that stuck with me ever since elementary was, treat others the way you want to be treated.
The golden rule.
And when I heard treat others the way you want to be treated, I instantly was like, well, if I met myself, I want to meet like the coolest person. I want to meet somebody who has standards, who is respectful, who is like a good person. And I was like, you know what? Like, let me be that person. So I started becoming that person that I needed as a kid. And as soon as I got I did it from day one after like I heard that. But once I start meeting people, I'm usually like, I would love to meet myself one day. So everyone I meet, I'm like very respectful. I don't care who you are, what your background is, good or bad. You could be the janitor at the at a
cool.
building, or you could be the CEO of the building, and I'm still going to treat you the same. And that's like one thing that I like took with me is like, it doesn't matter where you come from as long as you like become a good person.
Mhm.
It's just like those, like even on the other end, people who are like super rich, like they can keep being rich, or sometimes they ruin their life and end up poor, and they become the generational curse. I just understand that like my parents sacrificed so much, and my grandparents sacrificed so much for me to get here in America, to where I was like, well, I don't want to backtrack. They started this journey. Let me finish it, and let me create generational wealth, and let me stop this generational curse that we're going through. Because like even for my people, like I looked it up yesterday. There's only 14 million Hmong people in the world, which sounds like a lot, but if you add it up to like other Hmong people, other cultures, there's not many. And for me, like in the US, there's only 8,000 Hmong people, and I was like, or 800,000. My bad. My math was wrong.
I was like
Murphy,
8,000. I
I'm
was
about
like,
to say,
bro, I know every single one of them. Then,
Bro,
Murphy,
I'm Asian. I should be good at math.
I'm about to say, Murphy, you might be the only one in Utah that.
but still, if you put the number comparison to anything else, like 800,000 is not a lot.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we went to Sabaidi Fest, and then people were talking about what they are, right? And then we run into situations where people are like, "Oh, me and I'm Hmong," and then people are like lost. And I was like, this is so crazy because I grew up in Portland, first of all, and I met like a lot of my good friends through. So we used to do this thing where the school would send you off and go camping for a week.
I loved it.
And it's amazing because you go with different schools, right? And so
Do that.
see, ours was like we had 6 different schools, and then so you would have one classmate with you, and then there's 6 other bunks or 4 other bunks inside the cabin, and then one school had these 2 Hmong kids, B-boys. They're always B-boys. They're always
Always.
B-boys. I'm telling you that right now.
Always, bro.
I'm not trying to stereotype it, but every Hmong or Mian person I ever met were B-boys. And then they were like, "Bro, dude, you're Laotian. That's tight, dude. That's like we're all the same people."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Damn, I never looked at it like that." Like because for you guys don't know, Hmong and Mian are people of the mountains in the Southeast Asian countries.
Yeah.
That's
they
so
don't
tough.
they don't have officially their own country, but they have their own language.
Yeah. So just to like kind of like quick brief story, from my knowledge, may not be the truth. I mean, but I haven't had anyone like, no, that's not true. So we were like the natives of China before China invaded, raped, genocide, killed my people, and moved them to the mountains.
Into the Southeast Asian countries.
Yeah, so like a lot of them spread out. Sorry, bro, but a lot of them spread it out to Viet, to Laos, Thailand, which is where my grandparents started residing. But they're nomads. They have no country, so that's why they call them Hmong, because free people. Like, they didn't have no
Home.
dictatorship. They just wanted to be free people and be left the fuck alone.
Yeah.
And a lot of our cultures are in like tribal or engraved and sewn into the quilts.
Yeah.
And I remember as a kid, like again, I didn't really like see it as like, oh, that's cool, because I was like, if y'all don't love me, like I was kind of like Killmonger, bro. I was like, screw Wakanda, like. That's where I was, and I was like, nah, bro. Like,
What?
I was like, y'all didn't embrace me, because here's the thing, like I said, when I was in Fresno, all the other cultures embraced me except my own, and that hurt me.
You know what's crazy? No, my bad for interrupting you.
Go ahead.
But I've told you this before. It's like crazy to me that a lot of people love Asian culture now.
It happened. It happened.
Where was this in like 2010 and 2012?
Yeah.
All like
Bro.
like the second, like I think like 2018, I think, hit like there, and then like now we're in 2024. There was a mass jump of like people like really loving Asian
Ooh,
culture.
I love ramen. I'm like,
Where was the hype about boba like in 20? I will die on this hill. In 2012, where was the hype about boba?
Yeah.
Oh my god! All right, that's a whole.
it wasn't
thing.
trending at the
Yes.
time. That's
Oh
why,
my-
bro.
The power of the internet.
all-
you guys,
all of a
you
sudden,
guys
all-
are content creators. You guys get it.
All of a sudden, all y'all love ramen. All y'all love noodles. Really?
No, they made it expensive.
I hate y'all, man. I can't go anywhere now. Y'all made ramen $15. It used to be $8. Sickening. Can't get nothing.
I don't
out
eat
of
ramen,
this.
so it's whatever. I've never actually eaten
I'm
ramen.
sick of this.
No, but pho, bro, it went from like 6 to like 20.
Dude, an oxtail pho is like $20.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way. But it happens, you know, and it's like coming an age where like Asians are now having the more opportunities to be highlighted or shown in the space that was predominantly like whites or blacks, you know, especially in entertainment. So, you know, it's what made you want to jump into being a videographer first of all, and then or a content creator now?
Funny story. Like I actually like it fell in my lap.
That's nice.
No, it really did. I mean, so being on Say Think You Dance and being a dancer. So being a dancer, I would always be in front of the camera. So auditioning for shows, TVs, movies, commercials, whatever I could, I would always do that. And I would also ask questions. One of my I still text him to this day, but one of my boy Mikey, he met me on Say Think You Dance. He was a videographer and the producing team, and I'd always ask questions like, oh, how many frame rates? Oh, what is this? ISO, yada, yada. Always asking questions. And then in 2018, I looked at my wife and I was like, hey, kind of want to vlog, you know, just for funsies. And I bought a camera for like $500, started vlogging. And then somebody saw me vlogging, like, dude, that stuff is good. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure, like, whatever. And then I like a couple months later passed and they're like, no, bro, like you're getting really good. Like I want you to film something for me, film an ad. So 2019 hits and he hits me up. I filmed this ad. I made $500 in 1 hour. And I was like, bet. Like, I was like,
That's amazing,
yeah,
first of all.
I was
Man said the camera's paid off.
yeah.
I was like, yo, yeah. I was like, the camera's paid off. Okay, so I look at my wife again. I go, honey, I'm gonna go in debt real quick. So I went $15,000 in debt. Did not know what the hell I was buying, but I was just like, oh, this is a good camera. I need this lighting, this mic. I didn't need that stuff. All I just needed was like a camera body. And just for future creators too, like you don't need to go in debt. Like literally, you could do the same thing. Go buy $500 camera. Right now, there's a $1,000 camera that you can buy and create content.
Tell the kids.
The Sony ZV, the new one.
Yeah,
The Sony
the
ZV-1
ZV-1
3. It's
the
the
ZV-1 3.
No. Sony ZV-E.
Is it the joint you're
No,
recording on
so-
right now?
No, these are the ones.
It's a Sony ZV-E10 II.
Oh, okay.
Just came out.
But it
It's
just came out
$1,000.
fucking beautiful though.
How much is it?
$1,000.
1,000.
Only
Nine-
man.
I paid
$9.99.
$700 for each of these.
Oh, they robbing y'all.
Yeah.
Then.
Well, hey, first of all, we're recording on actual cameras.
Yeah.
Some podcasters record on anything that's given to them. So shout out to them. But
Yes.
when it came to see, that's the thing, the mindset. I just like when we started the podcast, I was like, let's go find the most expensive shit we can.
You
Just
don't
so
need
we can make the
expensive
quality.
shit.
But you don't need
Yeah.
the most expensive shit.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's a lifesaver at the end of the day. Like having this right here and
Yeah.
investing into this, like investing just into the mics and this was like $1,500.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, and that's us not even knowing if this was going to work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right? You're taking a gamble on yourself and you're taking that risk.
I mean, like the biggest investment for me, like in that $10,000 was getting Adobe, like
Yeah.
Adobe, and I love Adobe. So I got Adobe Premiere Pro. I got the Creative Cloud, and like I created a video, and like 2019 is like where it started because I would shoot videos for free. And I'm like, yo, check this out. Hey, mom and pop shop, coffee shop. Like,
Yeah.
I see you don't have content. Let me shoot some content. And I was just hungry. And like, I always had a chip on my shoulder. So like, I talked to this dude. I don't want to put him on blast, but he's been shooting for 20 years. And I was like, oh, well, I want to do what you've done in 20 years in 2.
Yeah.
And he's just like, that's
Laugh.
not going to happen. And I was like, bet. And like anybody who knows me, like I'm the most determined guy. what 2 people can do in 20 hours, I would do it in 10. So like I had that type of motivation, and like I've worked many jobs. I was the best at that job. So Burger King, I was the best everything there. I was the all-star. So same thing with videos I was like, okay, well, I want to be the best creator. So I just started creating, and then it just started kicking off. I mean, then COVID hit, like 2020, and everyone's like, what are you going to do? I was like, and my mindset, like I'm a Sagittarius and I'm very optimistic.
Oh, okay.
So I was
We're
like,
the same.
I was like, oh, like something good's going to happen. You know,
Yeah.
the world just shut off. Like something good's going to happen.
We're dreamers. Just so you know, that's what a Sagittarius. We're dreamers.
Freaking-
We're not realistic.
We're not.
We're not. But we shoot for the stars, and we're making sure we're grabbing that star.
So what was crazy though was when I did when COVID hit, I was like, oh, like something good's gonna happen. Freaking I get a message from like baby companies that I like did like shot stuff with.
Mhm.
They're like, hey, can you shoot some content for me? Within that month, I made $30,000 in that month. And I was like, we coming up.
We paid everything off.
Honey, we going to Disneyland.
There's COVID. There's no Disneyland.
Yeah. Nah,
We staying home.
We staying home.
We're watching Disneyland videos.
So that's where I like made the actual like the leap of faith, where I was like, okay, this is meant to be like something dope. And then like everything else, like for me, like all self-taught. I'll be very open. Like I'm a high school dropout. I've gone through so much stuff in my life. Like people, like in the backstory of me too, as well as like what people. I'm an open book, and what people won't know is I was homeless. And when I was like 20 years old, I tried to kill myself. So like, and especially here in Utah, like you do, like when you compare lives, it's not good to compare lives either, because it's the thief of joy.
Yeah.
But when I compared, I was like, okay, 18 years old, these guys went on a mission and did whatever they're doing. I'm still trying to figure out life. They come back from the mission, get married within the first week, respectfully. I'm not married. I'm still trying to figure out life. They go buy a house. 20 years old, bro. I'm still trying to figure out life. So I'm like, bro, really? Like these guys, like comparing, you're like, these guys are successful. And success is, it's what you like kind of just lie to yourself about.
Yeah.
Because success is anything. Success can be money, but sometimes it could be like wealth. Like, and there's a difference between being rich and wealthy. So like I found success. Sorry, my brain's everywhere, dog. But I found success with just creating and telling a story, because like I think that's what I got into video in the first place. Was obviously I got into it because the vlogging and trying to film myself and my family. And now I'm kind of coming back to, it's like a full circle moment where I'm like, you know what? I want to create for me. I want to create for my family and kind of create these memories. Like I remember as a kid having VHS tapes and watching them. I kind of want my kids to have that to look back on. And be like, dad was dope, or dad was funny or stupid or whatever it was. So that's why, like, a full circle moment, I'm trying to create that for my kids instead of just creating content in general and making money, because I love what I do, but again, I don't do it for the views. I don't do it, like, obviously I do it for the money because it's a career. But when it fell into my lap, like, again, I was self-taught, didn't know high school or college degree to learn how to do this. And just bought a random camera, bro. I was like, I'm gonna force myself to learn. And I was burning the boats. Like a lot of people say, burn the boats. I was literally burning the boats. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy this and I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna figure it out. Because, and it was like reverse engineering everything.
Yeah.
How do I do this? Yeah. Crazy stuff.
That's it's amazing, because I have, in a way, I relate to a lot of what you just said, because, first of all, being a Sagittarius really means nothing to me, but people look at me and they look at it like, that's why Tay is the way he is. I'm like, why does that mean that? Like, I don't get the whole zodiac sign, but when people find that out, they're like, oh, no wonder you have such big dreams, or you're so optimistic about life, or why you're so loving and care about people. I'm like, I thought that was just me, you know?
Yeah.
That's just,
Yeah.
and then, you know, and you just have to understand that it's not about zodiac signs or anything. Is that some humans are just not meant to do certain things. Like I tell it all the time. I actually dropped out of high school as well. I lived this life that was crazy and didn't understand it, but thankfully I had someone by my side, my wife. You know, we've been together for 10 years, 11 years actually, and she helped.
Congrats.
She helped me make sure none of that ever happened. She was always there by my side to make sure I didn't really fall out. And she always supported me in whatever I decided to do. And then when time came, I said, I think we can really do something with this content stuff. Let's find a way to promote our clothing. Let's find a way to get ourselves out there. And that's one thing for me is that I was such an introvert. You would not catch me doing this 4 years ago. Like during COVID, I lost all my social skills. You know, I didn't want to be around people. The world was sick. Like I didn't want to talk to people, you know. There was so much going on, right? First of all, you go into COVID, the world's finally at peace, but there's so much Asian hate going on.
Yeah.
Then you go into 2021, Black Lives Matter movement, right? And
Crazy
so the
stuff.
world just kept, right when world was at peace, hate kept building up, right? And then 2022 came around and I just had a realization that nobody was going to do it except for me and make this happen, right? So I got the guys together, I got the wife together. I said, let's do the podcast and I'll figure everything else from there. I didn't know how to do any of this from the start. And it just took me getting on YouTube and be like, fuck it, I got this.
Yep.
You have to tell yourself that. And, you know, congrats to you that it didn't just fall into your lap, but the opportunity was there for you to be like, damn, I can do something like this. And you want to take that leap of faith and be like, I'm going to put all my cards on this table right now and play it out the way I need to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been doing this for 5 years. So again, I mean, now my dreams are like,
Yeah.
our dreams just keep getting bigger and bigger. and I mean,
Never stop dreaming.
the biggest thing is like, if your dreams don't scare you, you need to rethink your dreams. Because my dreams now scare the shit out of me. So like right now, I have a company that I'm doing, which is Creator Space. And it's just a space for creators. I wanted something that I wish I would have had, like when I started out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? Like, why don't I just become the solution to all the problems I had? Again, kind of falling back to like my upbringing, which was, all right, well, I didn't have that growing up. How about I become that? And that's kind of like the whole thing. And like with Creator Space and kind of like what I told Brian and what I kind of told you is my relationships are very huge, like very important to me. And and also I grew up in a different time era, whereas like my word is everything.
Yes.
So like my word, I honor my word, and my word is everything. So so like creating and stuff, I wanted to create opportunities for others as well as myself, and you know, having the abundance mentality. If we want to grow, we gotta help.
Change.
Yeah, we gotta change and help everyone. And you know, I mean, in order to fill everyone's cup, you need to fill your own. But I want to fill everyone's cup because you know life is too short too. So,
Amen.
I love that because that's exactly how I feel about life. Is that you know, you're never gonna get opportunities if you're not giving them, right? And so I look at life like in a different perspective. Why people always look at it. Once again, I'm very lucky to have my wife because without her, a lot of this wouldn't happen.
Hold
But
it down.
without this, you know, we wouldn't be having a podcast or people coming over and doing stuff because she gave me the opportunity to be like, just go and chase your dreams, because I was already doing stuff for people for free without, you know, sometimes when you do that kind of stuff, you're just like, oh no, this is what I do. It's normal for me to have my door open or cook food for everyone or do stuff. If I met you yesterday and you said your birthday's Saturday, but you weren't doing anything, I said, come over, bring your family, I'll cook for you.
yes, sir.
You know, but that's also the Southeast Asian mentality is that family is everything, right? And so
Okay.
whenever you see me around people, I'm gonna treat you like family, respect, love, whatever it is, and I want to make sure it's shown right from the start, because that way it's like, damn, this is real, right? And I like that you take that with you and then you put into something like a business, because that business will carry over, give opportunities for someone you don't even know if he might be the next Martin Scorsese or the next Banksy or whatever it may be, whatever they're creating in this world, because this world is always going to need creators, because that's the one thing we feed off of. It's going to be food, but it's always going to be entertainment is the biggest thing in the world, because that's what people are always looking forward to.
Yeah.
Right. And you've kind of taken things that you grew up with, taken the knowledge that you've learned, and you've put it into something like, this is something I wish I had. But now you have it, and now someone else is going to be like, wow, I have that too.
Yeah.
So when did you start the Creator Space then?
So technically it's been in the works for the past like 2 years, but this year I'm like full-time launching it. I got some stuff that I've been keeping on the low just because what is it? For me, like again with dance, again with like everything in my life, it needs to have meaning and it has to have purpose. So from the logos to the fonts to how like an S or a C or whatever is supposed to be, everything's supposed to be meaningful and impactful. I don't want to just throw on a logo and be like, okay, that's it. I don't want to just throw on like, oh, this doesn't mean anything. The colors, like for me, colors is everything. I want it to remind you of me. I want everything of my company to remind you of me, what I stand for. My company is like integrity and all this other stuff. And that's the biggest thing, is not saying I want to be remembered. I want my company to be a legacy.
Yes.
My greatest legacy is my children.
Yes.
But I, like, as a business, I want to have a legacy so impactful and so big that if it is gone, that the impact that it left, there's a hole that cannot be filled.
Yeah. I feel that too. With the podcast, is the same thing. Like, this is our baby now. This is something that I look into and like, it's created so many relationships and opportunities for us. And then I look at it, how at the beginning we used it as more of a way to sell clothing. And that's how we were going to promote ourselves. Like, okay, let's do a podcast, talk about clothing, talk about all this stuff that we love talking about. And then we started getting guests on. I was like, man, this is starting to become way bigger than us.
Yeah.
And there was like a void that was missing in the beginning of our podcast, but then it got filled when we started having these stories, being able to share with people and like have people watching us every week. We've been doing this for a year and like 2 months now, and people really tuned in every week just to hear us talk shit and talk about movies and stuff and like all this crazy stuff. But also for the people that come on as guests to share their stories, their music, their art and everything, because Utah is missing that. Mm-hmm. We're missing the opportunity in the state of Utah to have or give a chance to creatives to be like, this is a space for you. This is what you can do here. Go and do this. This is something you can chase. Everyone has to run out. Everyone has to go to LA, Atlanta or something, right? And go make those moves first, then come back. But over the next couple of years, Utah is going to get into the position where like, wow, this is something that someone rich in Utah is going to be like, let's use this right now. Give these guys an opportunity and be like, let's start a record label. Let's start an entertainment business. Let's start doing something, because why wouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? Right? I
mean, we are home of entrepreneurs. The state is beautiful. I mean, again, when I was younger and I first moved out here. So I moved out here. Quick story time. I moved out here because of drive-by shooting. So I got Fresh Prince of Bel-Air out here. Like,
out here?
Yes. Damn. Went to my uncle's house. And my parents came. But when I first moved out here, I was like, ew, I hate these mountains. I hate everything about this. It's so depressing. But it was like my mindset at the time, and I was like I was a hater.
Yeah.
And then and as I'm older and I have kids, like I mean, my kids gave me a whole different perspective and a switch where I was just like, yo, actually Utah is actually gorgeous, beautiful. Like
it's amazing.
The opportunities and I'm like, I used to love, like, I still love Cali, but I used to like always like the typical California. It's better in Cali. Like, no, it's not. so like,
hot take is not
hot take. But
I love the visit though.
Yeah. I mean, it's great to visit, but like, I mean, with the homeless and all this stuff, like, it's horrible.
Yeah.
And the prices and the heat, I'm chilling, bro. I mean, it's hot out here, but it's not that bad. But seeing how beautiful and how it grew onto me, I was like, holy shit, this is dope. And then I also love, like, as a dancer, like, oh yeah, I'm from Utah. And they're like, oh, this is a Mormon kid. I'm about to smoke. And I'm like, nah, bro, you have no idea. I'm about to smoke you. So like having that. But no, I love Utah, and I love how, like, yeah, it is majority white people, but there are, like, I guess I go to all the functions where it's always people of color. Like, always. It doesn't matter what color. It's always people of color. And I'm just like, yo, this is actually dope. I mean, besides that Chick-fil-A, bro, I'm the only Asian in there. Just kidding. But or Cane's, no seasoning. Just kidding.
Oh my God. I go to all the hidden spots. Like, I don't go to Chick-fil-A. I don't, well, because I make a good chicken sandwich, but then also there's this hidden spot here in Taylorsville that I get like freaking good ass like chicken tenders. Fire. It's hidden away. But if you guys can find it,
can we know on
I'll let you guys know right now. It's called Kevin's Chicken. It's on like 47th by the freeway, by I-15, right off the freeway. It's in a Chevron. That's why no one knows where it's at. So there's a Lowe's right across the street, and there's a Wendy's, and then it's right on 47th.
And
so
it's
if you ever
still open.
Still open. I've been going there for like 15 years.
Hey, I trust your food recommendations very highly.
Yeah.
It's in a gas station though. Like,
yeah,
I just
owned by
my stomach gonna be hurting.
No. It's owned by, and the craziest thing is owned by a Vietnamese family.
Oh, never mind. I'm good.
Yeah, you
all right.
straight.
No, that's all you got to say.
What does that mean? But no,
that's all I gotta know.
But no, it's
make sure my like.
It's crazy. You know, you live in Utah. Like, the only people that go there are like blue collar people because of the industrial places.
Yeah.
But if you go there at 12 o'clock because they're open every day. But if you go at 12 o'clock on any weekday, you're gonna see guys in boots. You're gonna see people in aprons. You're gonna see people just lined up.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's way dope.
I will go there tomorrow.
Support the homies.
but yeah, Utah is just like, I do want to raise a family out here and do all this stuff, you know. But I think Utah just playing catch up right now.
Yeah.
Right, and so we gotta wait for the opportunities or make the opportunities happen.
Yeah, Utah is cruise control.
Mm-hmm.
Like Vegas and LA is fast lane.
Yeah,
Like way fast. Like if you're trying to like just zoom, yeah.
yeah. Growing up, it's funny because like I grew up in Portland, and Portland is like 20 years behind everything. It's literally like if Utah's in cruise control, they're parked. It's fucking crazy
Because not even neutral.
because they're content. People in Oregon are just or like the Portland area where I live, they're just content. Like, we can live on Section 8. We can, we can live off food stamps, because why wouldn't you? And when I heard that, as they're like, as the government gives me free stuff and I can drive a Mercedes because I can, but I still, that's how it is out in Oregon. That's how it is, you know? Yeah. And I was like, it's abundance though. That's their abundance. They're like, this is peace out life for them. They understand that. And I'm like, oh, but I didn't want that.
Yeah, and I understand, like, same for me is like, and it's okay, I understand. Like, some people aren't ready to take a leap of faith or change. And it's just kind of in their nature. I mean, a story that I grew up reading, which was like, I don't even know the book, but I remember this story so very, very hard, was there's a frog trying to swim across the river, and the scorpion was like, hey, take me with you. And the frog was like, no, like, I'm not going to take you with me. You're going to sting me, and then we're both going to drown and die. And he's like, no, I'm a good scorpion. It's not going to happen. And then took some convincing. Scorpion got on his back. They were swimming across the river. And out of nowhere, the scorpion gets him. They both drown. He's like, why did you sting me? And the scorpion says, it's just in my nature.
Yeah, it's that. I understand what you're saying. It's that quote that says, like, a woman finds a snake on the ground, nurses it back to health. Snake still bites her, and the snake asks, the girl asks, like, why'd you bite me? And it's like, I'm still a snake. It's like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's a very, very common thing.
It's like, for me, it's like, you trust a snake to be a snake. You trust a scorpion to be a scorpion. And sometimes it's just in people's natures. Like, there it is. Like for me, like, my parents may not be the best parents, and I'm not trying to dog on them, love them, but they're just who they are, and that's all they knew. That's all they knew their whole life, and it's okay, and I totally understand, and I accept them for who they are and what they are. But again, for me, like I have these. Anybody who knows me and knows my work ethic and anything, Brian sees it too on my Instagram. He's like, "Why are you up?" But I'm the hardest working. I'm the most dedicated, and all I expect from myself is excellence and perfection. That's all I expect from myself. And if I cannot hit that, I'm going to go crazy. Even though like I'm not perfect, but my thing that I like to do is like I want to be the best person or the best whatever it is I can be. And even if I'm the best, I still want to be better. I still want to grow. I want to be great. And that's just how I am. But sometimes, unfortunately, it's just in other people's nature. They're okay with being okay. They're okay with, and I accept them for who they are. Like I can't change somebody, and you can't change somebody if they're not willing to change.
That's really it. That's the whole like, what's the thing that you say all the time? Like that's the
I say a lot of things.
I know it's like the hot. It's like the oh my god, it's gonna drive me insane.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
No, whoa, that's so,
sorry.
why?
I don't think I've ever said that.
Down the hallway. No, I'm trying to think. Like you say, it's like a, it's like the, I don't know. It's like the.
It's probably in our text messages somewhere.
No, it's like literally when I was on here the first time. Like it was towards the end of it, and you're like, that's like a crumb or something like that. Like, I'm trying to remember. It was. Oh my god, it's gonna drive me insane.
We're going to have to go back and check out that episode. Whoa, since we're on that, make sure you check out Brian's episode from a year ago because he will be airing. I will go ahead and promote it again. Just go catch up on some episodes, guys, what he thinks about that. While you're actually thinking about that, I want to ask you some questions about, we talked about a lot of work that you've done and a lot of your past. What do you like to do for fun then?
Yeah, Murphy. What do you like to do for fun?
I like to
Go ahead and tell everybody what you like to put me through.
Riddle talk.
Oh,
I like to play Call of Duty and I like to troll. I don't go to win.
Nope.
I don't
like that.
I don't really go
Don't
to
like that.
lose.
Nope.
I go just to talk some
Nope,
shit.
nope. Murphy's fighting 5-year-olds and guys who are getting off their 9-to-5 jobs. I'm fighting straight demons, literally just going to school, getting home from school and just fighting me. I'm fighting for my life. And Murphy's there just spinning around with a riot shield looking at like some kid in the corner just like, boom. Yeah. And I'm literally just screaming at like, Murphy, please, Murphy, please, Murphy, please,
Save
Murphy,
me.
please, Murphy, please, please.
And I'm like,
Fighting for my life, literally.
Why did you push him?
Yeah.
Why did you put? I would have stayed strategically. I would have just kicked it here, let the other team fight, and then go kick their ass after.
There's another quote. It was on Twitter. It's like, I don't play for fun. I play to win. I don't find no fun in anything anymore. I play to win.
I mean,
I'm a very competitive
so
I
here's
person.
used
the
to have
thing.
that mindset too.
No.
But now I don't.
So I play to win differently.
Nope.
Hey, let me get my one
mind
kill.
game.
Let me get my one kill, my 20 dubs. And let you get your 20 kills in one dub.
That's fine.
He's like, at least I won. With 20 kills.
Yeah.
Yo, real talk though. Type down or whatever it is in this podcast or whatever. Would you rather have 20 kills and one win? Or would you have 20 wins and one kill
In
every
each game?
In each game.
So it adds up regardless. I'm going for 20 kills.
But I got 20 dubs.
I don't care.
Tay's like, what the fuck?
Whatever.
Both of it is stat padding, but he's bringing home a championship and you're just putting up Russell Westbrook numbers.
Why does Russ catch a stray?
I'm sorry.
Side note, you see that he's with the Denver Nuggets now?
Yeah, crazy.
I'm stoked for him. Him and Jokic are about to be
What was it?
insane.
2 days ago, they announced a rumor. And then boom.
But no, it was gonna happen though.
Yeah.
Like they literally said they're gonna part ways and stuff. Truthfully, just wait for a sports podcast coming soon.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Near you, honestly.
We might have to make that happen for them.
Brian's gonna kill that.
Murphy-
Did you figure out what you're?
I don't even. Murphy, what are your top 5 movies right now?
Ooh.
Because I know that's a question you always ask. I'm sure.
Top 3, but top 5. Go ahead. Because top 3 is kind of tough because you have to like sneak things in there.
5 is really good.
Bro, I don't even know.
Really?
Because like,
What about all time? Just like not right now, but
Greatest Showman?
Greatest Showman.
In your top 5,
I'm just kidding.
I was about to say,
bro, I don't even know. But
I
like,
love Hugh Jackman, but there's
no
no
matter
way.
what, in my top 5, I'll always have Endgame in it. But the crazy thing is, Infinity Wars was a better movie than Endgame, but Endgame was a greater event.
Yeah.
And you're saying the first part of
Yeah, Infinity
yeah.
Wars. I'm
When
also
he
going to say
snapped,
that,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also think that's a better movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
because it's lit. You see Cap literally just
I think the second one, Endgame, is more
Just wraps it.
emotional.
Yeah, it wraps
It
it
actually
so
had
well.
such a good ending. Like it pulled everything together that you needed, and it was like, okay, that was the last. Also, you have to remember these Marvel movies. It puts you through 14 years.
Oh my
of
God.
all this pain, and then for it to finally go like, okay, yeah.
Did you
I love it.
see that the Russo brothers are coming back?
Yo,
Which is needed because the last freaking few movies have been so trash.
yeah, we need them to save Marvel.
Yeah.
They're what? They're doing
The
Secret Wars.
Yeah, Secret.
And then
It was supposed to be Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
let's not do this.
Might be a different
Let's
name.
not do this.
It's going to be a different name. It's not King Dynasty
Secret Wars.
anymore.
It's Avengers 5 or something.
Okay,
like that.
real talk. Since we're on the movie topic, yo, Ant-Man should have died. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In what movie should
And
Ant-Man should have died?
in the last one.
Quantum
Third
Mania?
one. Yeah.
He should have died.
How?
He should have died or got stuck and left in the quantum realm while Kang dipped. He should have been like, I'm out. And then in Black Panther, what they should have done.
The newest one?
Yeah, okay. Bro, I'm a genius. Not really. But in my head for Black Panther, what they should have done was you thought that Black Panther is dead, yada, yada, the way he did. But then at the end, it's like, psych, this is actually a prequel to Endgame, but a sequel to Infinity Wars. So then you see Doctor Strange sling ring, whatever, pop up. And then you see T'Challa come out and goes, let's go. And you're like, wait, what? This was a prequel? Because what would have been dope was if they talk about the fact about the blip, but nobody gives a fuck about the blip. But the blip, seeing how the world got affected during the blip would have been cool.
And that's why you say Infinity War is better, because they literally are literally going. Well, and actually, no, the second movie they're going through it, honestly, right?
Yeah, they're going through it. But again, I like how back on Infinity Wars, I loved the story. I loved how Thor was taken serious. Thor was fucking badass.
Yeah.
And then Thor became a joke.
And now it's an ongoing joke.
Now he's just a joke.
Now it's just a joke.
But
He is Optimus Prime now.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth is Optimus Prime.
I hope they make the Transformer movies amazing.
I
though.
love those
Yeah.
movies.
They have to.
regardless. I
Because
don't
that
care.
for the fans.
I love
I
Mark
don't care.
Wahlberg, but that was some of his worst work.
Okay,
I didn't like any of them.
that's fine. So again, going back to the movies, Murphy, you didn't tell us one.
Infinity Wars.
Infinity Wars 1 up there.
Greatest
it doesn't
Showman.
need- really?
I'll
No.
throw it. I don't care, bro.
Okay, Infinity War.
Wait, what's yours?
I already said it. Interstellar, the Dark Knight series, Past Lives, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Fast and Furious 2. It literally was sitting right here, actually.
Too Fast, Too Furious?
Too Fast
the,
and
the
Furious.
second one.
Yeah.
You need to go back to
They should have brought the villain.
help me out here.
Bro, they should have brought the villain back from part 2.
Oh, the dude that went to jail?
Yeah. The dude,
Eva Mendez's boyfriend. Back
Yeah.
in the
They
day,
should have brought
He's
him
like,
back
I'll see you real soon. That's what he said.
To
Yeah.
be a villain. And then Dom should have been like, I'm pretty sure they're going to do it now. But I'm pretty sure they should have done this where it was like, damn, I need a 10-second car. And Dom goes, I got a 10-second car. And then you see the fucking Supra and you're like, what the fuck? That would have been sick, but they're probably going to do it. So spoiler alert, maybe?
No, I don't think they do that. It's too far. It's too far ahead for them to bring him back. Because honestly, he didn't really play that big of a role as a villain.
I mean, now it's too.
now it's too far.
Yeah,
because
but if
they took 5 and up, so
Yeah.
they introduced every villain from 5 and up.
But if they would have done I don't know, in 8 or something, you're like, yo, he's been
Earlier,
running
yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has everyone seen the newest one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
Okay,
course.
so can we talk about it real quick?
Spoiler alert.
Or no?
Yeah, go
Like,
ahead.
I want to say
For
everyone on
anyone
YouTube
watching.
has seen it. Okay. So,
It's been on for like a year now.
what's her name? Oh God.
Who's her?
What, Gal Gadot? The one that comes at the end? Yeah.
She's alive?
Okay, you want to hear my theory? It's so funny because
She's
before
Wonder
She
Woman.
fell out of a flying AC-130.
No, it wasn't
Bro,
flying.
she's
was-
Wonder Woman.
Okay, hold on.
out.
It's funny. This is
How
the
dare
funniest
you.
thing because right before we went to watch the movie, I was talking with everyone in the kitchen. I'm like, she's gonna fucking pop up at the end of the movie, and the Mr. Nobody. Han was dead. We
Yeah.
watched Han actually die. We never saw Gal. We never saw her character actually
Didn't
die.
see a body.
God.
Right? This is what happened. Because if you actually pay attention to her falling, What happens? Mr. Nobody sends an agent, comes in, swoops a car under her. She falls right in, and then boom, take off. Because how the hell they get to pull out Han from a fucking rolled over car? The car blew up in a split second, and they saved him. He watched his own death. You know what I mean? But you can make anything happen.
I guess in those movies, yeah.
Somehow.
They went to space in a hoopty.
Yeah.
Okay, first, let's think about that.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
Hey, somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Let's not start.
I know.
The only thing I wish is because the next one's going to be the last one, and they said they might do spin-off series. Like, I don't
No,
want...
please, God.
The only spin-off series I need from them is a Tokyo Drift series where it's just focus on racing, Initial D style. That's what I need. I need that from them.
Bow Wow is the lead. I'm just kidding.
Not
I'm just
anymore,
kidding.
dude. Not after they brought back the cast of them. I was like, man, they really let themselves go. Like this was the highlight of their acting careers.
Yo.
That was it. Not Bow Wow. He had like Mike, but you know,
but-
Tokyo Drift was really it. You didn't really see it. Well, Lottery Ticket. No, that was a bad movie.
That was hilarious.
No, I thought it was a bad movie.
I'm broke.
But if they did like Initial D style, like
Yeah, Initial D,
sick, bro.
Tokyo Drift, like that spin-off
God.
for like the Fast and the Furious franchise. You know, it's funny because I just watched I was watching this thing it was on Instagram or something, and there's a guy driving by the house, not the house, but the market in the first movie, and he goes, "Why do people keep pulling up right here? There's so many people just lining up taking pictures," and it shows the market where he's like tuna no crust, and then he drives off and he has a Tesla pointing at, or he has a Tesla, he's driving it. And then everyone in the comments like, because you're fucking driving a Tesla, get the fuck away from that. I was just laughing.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Again, Murphy, I'm still waiting on these movies.
Bro, what's yours?
Oh, mine's forever changing. Like, it's just, I have a top 5 that I will always go back to. Like, I love, first of all, like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I always watch it every year. I love the Harry Potter series. Then I love no joke, I love every damn Fast and the Furious movie. Doesn't matter if people say it's bad, I always find a good in the whole series.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one. You got served.
Okay.
I'll walk out of this right now. I swear to God.
Okay.
It wasn't better than Step Up 2,
All right,
though.
all right. Hey, Step Up 2 was
Step Up 2 was so fire.
Any step up movie with Moose? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yo,
That
facts.
he is the most elite dancer I've ever seen in my life. I
Bro,
swear to God.
Adam Savani, like I met him at this
That's
Lil
Moose?
Wayne
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
Bro, he's dope and he's cool. He's cool people.
Can he still dance?
Yeah.
Yes.
gets down.
He
gets
still
down.
dances every day.
Okay,
All right,
good.
so
if Moose ever loses, is not Moose anymore, I'm gonna be like, well, this was fun.
My favorite movie is the Twilight series, Dragon Ball Evolution.
You really, I swear to God, this is not. Even
You know
funny
what's
anymore.
funny is that Moose would love your list because he loves Twilight. He loves Robert Pattinson.
The only movie he's ever had good is that Batman movie.
And he's gonna do good in the second one.
Yeah.
Yes,
That one's gonna
my
be
God.
amazing.
Wait, did the Penguin come out yet, or is it on
No.
HBO?
No, it should be out later this year, November.
It's a show, right?
No, I thought it was a movie.
Oh,
Is it a
God,
show?
I don't know.
I don't know, bro.
I thought it was a movie at the end of the
Hey,
year.
but
November.
TV show, the one I love, Loki and
I was about
Mandalorian.
to say Game of Thrones. I swear to God, I'll walk out. Oh
Yo,
my God.
I've never seen Game of Thrones.
I've never
mid.
Never seen. I'm glad
Mid.
I
Hey,
didn't.
I didn't. It's funny because people
Mid.
they used to have watch parties. Like all our friends would sit at the same house and watch them. I'm like, I don't know, man. I just like
Jon Snow's the only
I
reason
watch
why
K-dramas,
Jon
so-
Snow carried that show. Anybody who watches The Bachelorette, Love Island, Real Housewives, I'll just say it right now. You love seeing drama. So if you want to see drama, we can go on a Utah. I'm not.
Hey.
Just relax.
Hey,
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
It's crazy though.
Okay,
God,
so
I don't know why people. Love
you
that.
got served Twilight series.
no, I'm trolling.
I was gonna say,
No,
there's
dude, I
no
was saying,
way.
dude, that can be. You did it for Little Saint. That's all.
For Little Saint,
Who?
bro.
See, you don't even remember the movies. You're too young.
I don't, bro. But bro, like,
Truly am.
so I grew up watching, and these aren't even movies. Like mine changed because I have ADHD all the damn time. But when I was a kid, bro, I remember watching Scarface, Boys in the Hood, Next Friday.
See, you could have just said Scarface right off rip, and that would have been okay, that's understandable.
No, but those are movies that I love. But then also on the other hand, I loved Lion King as a kid, bro.
That's a great movie.
Jurassic Park.
That's a
OG.
great franchise.
No.
You coulda said-
No, it's not. Just kidding. But Jurassic Park. What else, bro? Okay, this is underrated. Hercules. Hercules was actually really dope, and the soundtrack. I was like, yo.
That's
Disney.
yeah.
Disney.
Yeah.
The reason I agree with that because that's actually one of my favorites. So Atlantis and Atlantis 2 are my favorite of all time. But then Hercules because I love the lore of Greek mythology.
Greek mythology is fire.
So I love it. That's what my clothing brand is based off. When Midnight Strikes is actually based off Greek or mythology in a whole.
That's way dope.
Yeah. So I agree with that. And then other than that, like I don't really watch too much Disney.
I'm not trying to be like biased but one, I mean, music wise, sorry, I'm going off topic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Music wise, Pocahontas, she killed it.
Yeah.
But
Never seen it.
Mulan, the whole soundtrack, fire.
Mulan.
Fire. The whole soundtrack.
He's really Asian.
Like make a man out of you. Like,
Shout out,
bro,
Pete. I'm really Asian for real.
Hey, soda, Asian honey.
Edna Mode.
Yo, Incredibles gotta be like.
Incredible.
I just want to say this right now, though. Ratatouille is the best Disney film ever.
Oh yeah, I love
Ratatouille
is that Disney?
Yeah,
Ratatouille
Disney,
is the
Pixar.
best Disney film ever.
Pixar.
No, Disney
Pixar.
Disney
Okay.
Pixar film. Argue with your mama. That is the best Disney Pixar movie ever.
Mine's like that.
Why?
Mine's Ratatouille and Big Hero 6.
Oh, Big Hero was
Yeah,
sick,
that's my
bro.
closest
I
That
love
was
it.
like they
second,
introduced
yeah.
a whole different universe part of like.
Bro, they have Marvel in Disney.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Marvel cartoon Disney.
Yeah,
It's
well,
like,
Stan Lee created that.
yeah, he's in it.
That's
yeah,
why.
At the very
Yeah.
end, yeah.
I
Oh,
wish-
bro, I like Spider-Verse. Oh my god, I love that
I was gonna
movie.
say, like, didn't you tell us like
His-
Tuesday? You literally
we'll
said
go
the
into
logo
that.
is like literally.
We'll go
about
into that because a lot of
Spider-Man
the
and stuff
creator
like that.
space stuff is he uses. First of all, his little comic book magazine that introduces his team is amazing. The idea of that. And his logo is somewhat of the Spider-Verse logo. If you look at it, it's pixelated, has a little dots around it. He really went into detail with stuff that he loved and put it into something else that he loves.
The real question is though, right now, who is your Spider-Man?
Oh,
Say
There's
it.
only one right
No,
answer.
go ahead and say it.
For me-
Me and him are on the same page.
IRL
for
though.
me, it will always be Toby, because I grew up with that. But
I'm gonna bleep you. Hold on.
Tom Holland killed it, dog.
I'm gonna bleep you.
Cut his mic right now. Cut his mic right now.
Andrew
Cut his mic.
Garfield. Hey, Andrew Garfield was the best Spider-Man because
Cause
I'm playing the tape
no,
recorder.
as Spider-Man. As
is-
Spider-Man, he was the best.
He is the
because
best Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
The freaking the everything he did with the webs, even the swinging in the city, we didn't get any of that in any
from
in
Toby.
any of the from
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. We didn't get any
Yeah,
of him
but,
swinging
like-
in the city, which is like the most magical, most beautiful part
I think
of Spider-Man.
I think in the first one,
that
it's
one.
like that nerdy kid was getting like chased. It was in the first or second one, but he's like, "What's your name, man?" He's literally walking the kid home,
that's Spider-Man. No, like
and that's the neighborhood hero. God, I love Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I'll die on this hill.
You don't have to die in it alone. That's my favorite. So
God,
That's
oh
my
my
favorite.
God,
but my Spider-Man
they
is
just didn't give him a chance. They didn't give him a real chance.
realistically
sickening.
Childish Gambino. That's my
Yeah, I'm waiting for
Spider-Man.
that Donald Glover movie still.
Hold on, you can't say that yet. Hold on. He's amazing at what he does. So we have to see. We're gonna have to see. But honestly, I don't know if they go that direction with him. I don't think they really take that because they would have did it earlier.
They would've.
before doing
When he
the
was younger,
Spider-Verse
yeah.
stuff because that's why they introduced him in the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah,
He's in the
Twice.
Tom Holland movie and he's in the cartoon one.
Yeah.
yeah.
As the Prowler.
As
Yeah.
as Prowler, which
crazy.
is dope. Uncle Aaron.
Which also
Aaron.
that fucked it
Yeah,
up
Tom
too.
Holland,
God,
yeah.
the second one just I thought it was gonna when it ended. I was like, wait, that's really it? You motherfuckers! Why would you guys do this to me right now?
I'm glad they didn't say part one because part
Yeah.
2 is always better.
Yeah. And no, it's funny. I actually hot take too. Part 2s are never usually better, but that part 2 was amazing
Wait, which one?
of just any movie. So if you think of any movie series, the first one is usually better than the second one. if it's always a 2-part series.
Spider-Man 2 is better than Spider-Man 1?
No.
No.
I'm just saying in the
Spider-Man 2
Spider-Verse,
is-
Into the
Oh,
Spider-Verse, and
okay,
Across
I
the
was like-
Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse is way better than Into the Spider-Verse for me.
Yeah, because you are introduced to like
A lot more.
the whole
Yes.
timeline.
Yeah.
I mean, Spider-Punk, like,
Yeah, very tough.
Just everything,
God. Oh my God. I was
We still didn't even get into your list.
yeah, again, what is up? But it's fine though, Murphy.
Every
It's
time he
okay.
says something, we're going to go off on a
it's,
tangent.
okay.
I'm going to say a different movie every time. I'm telling
That's
you.
fine.
already.
I just need to hear. I need to hear 5 from you at least.
One
So we
day.
got Titanic. We just start listing off movies for
Never
him.
seen it. Never seen it.
Not that great of a film.
Okay, cool.
just
That's
saying.
all I need to know.
I'm just
I
saying.
trust you. I trust you pretty well. So yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay, it's just like the way
It's
I look
really
at
a
it,
love-
it's just
it's a
a
rom-
really
Okay.
a love story that didn't work.
How about this? What is an album that you could listen to on repeat
Blonde.
all day, every day?
Blonde. I literally listen to Blonde
I was-
every day.
Frank, please drop. Please.
Drop another
Hey,
another one.
If you guys are watching, and if you
Please.
guys can make this happen, I know it's not going to happen, but we're going to Camp Flog Gnaw here this year, 10-year anniversary. If I see Frank, I will get on my knees and pray every night. But I need to see. No, I'm not going to do that. Brian, you're sick.
I wasn't.
Brian makes
I was
everything
gonna
sexual.
say- I'm not gonna. I was gonna say dog, but I was like, I ain't gonna say.
wait, what?
No.
But go ahead.
But I will pray every night to see Frank again and make sure this happens because I need to hear Oldie with them. If they bring back the whole entire Odd Future just for the 10-year anniversary and hear this, I'm just need to hear Oldie. That's it. I don't need to hear anything else. But that's all I need. But Blonde, I can listen on a repeat. Graduation, I can listen on a repeat. I love music and I love all nostalgic music, stuff that brings me and that puts me in a place in a time where like music was my biggest thing.
Bro. So I post like my music of the day when I'm working out, and like the other day it was like Mario, Let Me Love You. It was Boys to Men, Can You Stand the Rain?
Yeah.
Like,
Can you stand the
and
rain?
I'm
That's the
work-
biggest question. Can you stand the rain?
Yo, I'll be like Moose and dance in the rain, dog. Like,
It's my album of choice. It's gonna drive me insane now.
but like I mean, an album I could listen to all day would like I could listen to any Chris Brown album. Drake
my
Take Care
God.
though. Drake Take Care. I could leave that on repeat all
Kendrick
day.
swept. They not like us. They not like us.
Kendrick all day though. Kendrick all day for the West Coast, baby. How to Pimp a Butterfly, bro. Mad City, all that stuff. Okay, but yeah. Sorry, we're going everywhere. dog.
No. Go ahead. That's what the podcast is for. I want to hear. I want to be entertained. I'm here for it.
Are you not entertained?
I'm
Oh
entertained.
my god, I cannot wait to see Deadpool and
Bruh.
Wolverine next week.
Next week, we're actually gonna watch it in exactly a week. We have the whole row.
If you're trying to come, I'm assuming this episode will come out before.
Sunday. This actually episode comes out.
Okay, this episode comes out Sunday. You are more than welcome to come. Tell them the time and the place.
7:45. Taylor's for Regal. On July 25th. This coming Thursday.
What?
Wait, this is July 25th. Yes, that's on Thursday.
What time?
7:45 p.m.
And all I gotta say is if you ain't watched the movie the day of, I'ma ruin it for you the next day. So
That's the whole
I
reason.
will ruin it for you that day.
Oh my God.
I cannot.
Yeah.
That's why I have to watch like those kind of movies the day of
Yeah.
because, dude, I remember
tell
I
us
watched
what you did for Endgame. You
I
watched it 3 times before everyone watched it.
I watched it 3 times. No, that week. So I watched it Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday.
I watched it twice that day.
Yeah. See, that's crazy.
This man Murphy just sat there like, I'm good. I pay for the others. I pay
Never
for the
moved
time.
from his seat. He
Just-
bought-
I didn't even go pee. 3-hour movie. I'm like, no, I'm chilling.
Yeah,
It's
I ain't
just
gonna
way
lie,
too
I do remember
entertaining that I did not pee
leave
at
my
all.
seat. That was me when I watched the newest when they introduced everybody. They brought everybody back in Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
the live action with Tom Holland. I'm like, damn,
Bro.
Oh my God, I got chills. I remember being there.
Bro.
I'm screaming all the time. My legs when I watch it. I'm like, he's like, you're not Peter Parker.
Bro.
So good.
That's
And then you see Andrew. He just takes off the mask. And he's like, everyone's screaming. I'm like, oh my God.
Bro, when I saw Andrew, I was like,
I was so
dog.
happy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wait. I have to ask you two this. Did you both like La La Land?
mm,
I never watched it.
no.
Hey.
I think okay. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just I don't really do musical movies. I don't.
That movie's
I
fire.
don't. I know it's the.
It didn't make me
the
like
movie's-
sad and emotional though. Like
The
everyone
movie's
says it
amazing.
does, but it's beautiful though.
The movie's amazing, but then it's also like I don't listen to musicals, so I never rewatched it ever again. So
Okay.
if I can't ever rewatch a movie, it's not in my list, at all.
Fair enough.
And then like I rewatch it. If anyone knows me, actually, I rewatch tons of movies. Like I probably rewatched like this winter. Actually, there's something funny coming up. In August they're doing a premiere, not a premiere,
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Every
see it.
fucking
yeah.
seat's taken.
Yo.
So
Oh, yeah,
they're
it's quiet. We can't even go then.
dude, it's only in the front row. And I
Oh,
would
hell
have.
nah, I refuse.
Nah.
I
refuse.
might just do it for
No,
fucking shits and
no,
giggles and just
no.
record content for it.
Your wife,
Like, this
your
is-
wife saying no. That means
No,
that she
I gotta-
no.
you
Your
know what?
backbone saying no. Your backbone's not gonna let you walk.
And don't worry, recliner seats. I'm laying back all the way, looking at the ceiling.
I'm asleep.
Yeah, but no, it's crazy. So the schedule is crazy. So they start at 10 p.m. the night before. So it's a Friday night. It's August 23rd. They start at 10 p.m. to watch the first one. They watch 3 movies, eat breakfast at like 5 a.m. and then go back into it. So it's not.
Oh, it's a marathon. You're there the whole day,
dude. You're there from it's 10 p.m. through 8 p.m. the next day. It's 22 hours of watching the movie,
bro.
Oh hell yeah! What?
Please
But every
tell
seat's
me.
taken. Damn.
we can
Is it
get
only-
random seats.
Okay.
Is it just random? I'm not doing that,
Bro,
no,
but
Amy.
please tell me
swear to God, I'll
they're
make
gonna
a
have
fort in
butter
there.
beer there. Please
No,
tell me they're gonna
they're
have
not.
like
They're gonna have buttered popcorn.
I mean, but like that'd be cool as if they also give
Yeah,
you an
they put
experience
stuff
on top of that.
They have like different experiences. There's like a contest. There's a costume contest. There's a red carpet. And like a bunch of random stuff. There's literally just a whole itinerary of random stuff.
I would love to see.
Yeah,
I would love to see Prisoner of Azkaban
in theaters again.
Oh
But
my god.
we could actually. So following the week after, they're gonna be doing one movie a day.
Yeah.
So
count me
that's
in.
$5.
Count me
we
in.
might have to just do that because she hasn't seen all of them in chronological order. I watched every single one, but she comes upstairs. She's like, "Which one is this?" I'm like, "It's the fourth one." I always watch the fourth one.
Bro, I did not get into Harry Potter until like the 7th one.
Really?
Then I started from 1 through 7.
That's literally like the last two.
This
Yeah,
man
yeah.
started at Deathly
Hallows
Hallows and then
one.
went back to Sorcerer's Stone. What?
No. I didn't go like that. Once the 7th one came out,
Then he went and
my
watched.
girlfriend at the time made me watch it, like forced me, and I was like, "This is dumb." And then 2 came
Yeah.
out. I mean, then I watched.
It's not dumb.
Then I watched.
It's not dumb.
Then I watched the second one. I was like, "All right, this is kind of interesting." And then 3, I was like, "Oh shit, all right."
Yeah,
and then
Prisoner of
4 and
Azkaban
5
is the
and
coolest one. And then Goblet
Well,
of Fire is fire.
it's like
honestly.
watching-
Goblet of
Grey's
Fire was a
Anatomy, bro.
good unnecessary movie, but it was really fun to watch.
That's my son. That's my boy. God, that was so sad.
No, but it's
honestly.
like
oh
it's
my
like
God.
when my wife plays Grey's Anatomy, I'm like, this is lame. And then there's an episode. I'm like, wait, why is he shooting him? And I'm like,
How is there?
snap.
How are there
Like,
22 seasons of Grey's Anatomy? Oh my God. No, when they show kids dying, no,
No,
I
bro,
don't need to see
it's-
that.
It's technically a show about doctors hooking up.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
drama.
Yeah, but there's a shooting at the hospital. There's like side characters getting killed and stuff, and I'm like,
Can't really say anything because Amy honestly watches all the shows. Like she's watching.
Wait, have you seen all?
She's seen every
Are
single
you
one. She's
caught
up to
on
date.
Grey's
Yeah,
Anatomy?
she's up to.
How? I don't understand. They let Meredith go. You can't even have Grey's Anatomy.
She comes back.
Oh
coming
yeah,
back.
she
When?
comes back. She comes back.
She already comes back.
Yeah.
She's already back this
Comes
last
She
season.
comes back. Sorry, but McDreamy. Spoiler alert. R.I.P.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, I remember seeing. I was on Twitter that day, and Twitter was just so sad. I was like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. God, that show gives me. Oh my God.
It's
All right, Friends or How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother.
All day
Yeah.
till this day.
That show, the playbook is one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Just-
like, made by like a TV show.
Just the whole concept of it just being a whole story.
Yo, yeah.
You know-
it has a
The
it-
ending
it-
sucked.
Yeah.
No. Okay, except that last one, I'm like, nah, that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But everything else, I'm like, yo, this is perfect. So like, yeah. I mean, I never watched Friends. I watched all the shows I watched were like Fresh Prince, Family Matters, Full House,
Did you ever watch Chuck
Chuck,
with Zachary Levi?
the movie.
No, it's a show.
No.
Have you seen it?
No, I'm going to be very honest. I don't watch American shows. I don't really watch American shows at all. I find it very boring. I find American shows very boring.
Did you watch?
But How I Met Your Mother, that was the time when I was still watching stuff. So I did watch Friends. And then I watched a lot of animation. So that's really what it was. I didn't really watch too many sitcoms, but How I Met Your Mother really caught me from the beginning.
It was a good show.
Yeah.
Favorite horror movie of all time.
Oh, man. Conjuring 2. He doesn't watch scary movies.
I don't.
Really?
I'll tell you like my favorite like killer honestly is Ghostface.
Yeah, Scream.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Scream
a
is
good
like
one.
Scream is really
a
really.
good
I
one.
don't know why like those movies. Like I was literally I told you guys this on Tuesday. Like Scream and like The Purge are like probably my like.
The Purge is amazing as a concept, but the movies just didn't really
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it for me. Like the concept is
The
amazing.
concept is actually pretty dope.
like the first one was amazing, but then it kind of fell off, and then that one where they were going to Mexico was stupid. And it's I don't know.
I might watch that. honestly.
When I was a kid, I was scared of Chucky, bruh.
Are you
So
still
I
scared of
hate- so-
Chucky?
I hated Friday.
No,
the 13th.
I'm not. But like when I saw Chucky as a kid, I was terrified.
Uh-huh.
And like now I'm an adult, I'm like, why was I scared? And I'd laugh because I'm like, yo, he's actually funny.
Oh, he's
But-
hilarious.
He has a
Chucky is
show,
hilarious.
right? There's a show.
The
for
show
Chucky,
is
right?
actually the show is
No.
actually really good.
But the show, the show's
The
good.
show is
I'll
actually
try
really
it
good.
out once. I just don't like the doll
But,
stuff. dog.
Oh, yeah.
That shit makes me feel uneasy.
But like Chucky, like for me was like iconic because of it was a freaking doll, bro.
Yeah.
Like you cannot tell me that you've never like was at like an old lady's house and see the doll and you're like, yo, this thing's alive. Like,
Murphy, I want you to know every time I go to an antique store or vintage store and I see a doll, I leave.
yo, I don't
immediately.
blame you, dog.
I trust instincts. I trust movies. I'm not the one. I'm not going to get caught lacking. I'll just let you know that right now.
Okay.
I refuse.
I'm on the crazy side of scary stuff because I'll do scary stuff too. So I'll walk into a doll store and like I'll do that chant where he's transferring the body, the soul.
Hey, do you hear this?
She knows I've been
Do
doing
you
that
see
shit.
this?
But
I'm like, okay, we need to get out.
she's not okay. The funny thing is that
Let me
Amy,
finish. Let
Amy's
me
not
finish,
really. She doesn't really watch things, right? She doesn't really watch movies or any of that kind of stuff until she met me, and then she started watching all these movies, and she's like, "What the hell are you watching?" And then
Hell no.
And like I literally go into place and be like, "Remember that movie?" And be like, "Fuck with shit." Yeah.
He goes to the mirror, Candyman.
Yeah. You know what's fucked up? I did Bloody
Stop
Mary in
saying
my house.
that. God.
I did Bloody Mary in this house and I got fucking haunted.
Oh shit!
Why are you saying this now?
Yeah.
God.
Brian's about to leave.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What?
But I'm into that shit. I don't do it anymore because I'm married and I don't want to like cause her
Bro,
any
when
pain.
I was younger, bro, we would just like go to the graveyard and just like fucking try to.
Just kick it, dude. I've been kicking it in the
why,
graveyard.
why am I here? What? What the?
Brian, stop. Don't.
Did you know that?
No.
Did you know like I was supposed to be chosen to be a medium? Like my grandma's a shaman.
Ah, see? See? Hey, told you. Big Southeast thing for sure.
Yeah.
Because we have those in my family. We actually have a lot of them.
Yeah. So if y'all don't know, like shamans basically, they're a medium. So there's not
Nope.
just
They're
bad.
contact between the dead and the.
I'm
Yeah,
good,
there's not
Murphy.
just like bad spirits. There's good spirits and bad spirits. And then
I'm okay.
if there's a bad spirit in your house, my grandma would do this thing called jingle bell, which I called it that. But she jingles some stuff, chop a chicken's head, put the blood on a paper. It's a sacrifice ritual, and then the good spirits will come in, kick out the bad one, and then you're chilling. But with 2 knives or whatever on top of the like entryway or something like that, so it avoids bad spirits. And then she go outside with the banana leaf and just whack it, and then there's like blood on it or some shit. And I was like, damn, my grandma out here killing ghosts.
See?
I don't need no Ghostbuster.
See? That's what I've been telling people. I tell when people are very interested about like scary stories that I always tell because they don't believe it. First of all,
Stop saying this. I have to go home.
Yes.
God.
no, you know all these
getting
stories
dark.
already though.
It doesn't matter. I don't feel good when people say these things.
Last time he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna text you when I get home."
Y'all play too much.
It's not playing. It's not playing. It's real life stuff. It's real life stuff. It happens.
Yeah.
But no, and it's funny that you say that because we get that in our family a lot. Like when my grandfather passed away, it was the craziest thing. When anyone passes away, first of all, you always call the medium. The medium is always someone in your family. So it's my aunt. They're like, "Go talk to your grandpa." I'm like, "I don't want to do this. You guys keep doing this shit." You know, like we do this every time someone dies. But then they were like, "No, go talk to your grandpa." And it's my aunt, and my grandpa's in her body, and he's saying his farewells, and I'm dying, I'm crying and everything. And then I learned to respect it because you need that closure, right? So what your grandma did and what my family does, it's something you really need, and especially is a big thing in Asian culture that we believe in resurrection, we believe in all that stuff, but you don't have closure when someone passes away, and that's the only way you can get that.
That's
at least mentally, it may not be real. I know you can't think, but if it's real, it's amazing that humans can do something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. That I can get behind.
Yeah.
Did you know that like every time you go
Y'all
to
keep saying shit.
Every
y'all
time
keep
you-
saying-
every
y'all keep
time you
saying
go to
scary
sleep-
shit.
every time you go to sleep and you have a dream, you're just in a different multiverse.
Ah, Inception.
No, it's a multiverse. Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Whatever, I guess it doesn't really matter.
I'm just kidding because
It is
I
what it
died a
is.
lot of times, and I had superpowers.
You know,
The
if you
hell?
die in your dreams, you die.
No, like when I say die, like I'm about to die, and then
And then
like,
you
You
up.
wake up.
Yeah.
Well, you better pray
and
to
then-
God you
and
wake
then,
up
like,
every time.
You know, having the superpowers where you're flying, or I'm like Spider-Man. I'm like, yo, screw everyone. Twip, 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 twip.
That's his impersonation of a Spider-Man.
There it is.
There you go. That's better.
Oh my God.
I forgot the question I was going to ask, but yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
from
We never even
Fate-
got his top 5.
Went from it's fine.
Freddy
We'll just let
versus
it be.
Jason.
Yeah. I love Freddy versus Jason.
I need
Hey,
them to
13 Ghosts?
13 Ghosts, they have a series coming out.
What?
Someone bought it.
Ooh, that's
and they're
gonna
gonna
be
have the
sick.
series
What is it?
introduce 13 Ghosts.
13 Ghosts was dope. It was
13
like,
Ghosts is probably the most this has the most incredible story that didn't have
Bro.
a story. But so there's these ghost hunters, right? They're trying to collect all 13 ghosts so they can live. You get an immortal power. You don't die.
Okay.
And then so the way you get the 13 ghosts, you go to where they're haunting whatever area. And
they all have a backstory.
they all have a backstory that made them the ghost, right?
Which is dope.
And throughout time, it just changed. Every ghost changed to a different person, right? But the 13 ghosts ended up being this guy's wife. And he goes on living his life and she's dead. It ended up being his, spoiler, it ended up being her uncle that made her the 13th ghost. And then they get this house that ended up being some type of fucking sacrificial ritual. And he's trying to kill the rest of the family to get the ghost and then become immortal.
Yeah.
But he played this role where he died and everything and came back at the end and did all this crazy shit.
Oh,
and then
hell no.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the series is gonna be amazing because they're gonna introduce the backstory to all 13 ghosts.
Yeah. Which I think would be amazing for like,
Closure.
yeah,
It's closure.
like
That's all it is.
it'd be sick and you could build on top of it.
Yeah.
too,
You
so.
can build a whole world behind it.
I just need them to come out with a new
Or,
Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. It's been like the last Nightmare on Elm Street. I was looking at it. It's been like 2013, I think.
Well, here's the thing: we don't get good movies like that anymore.
They're still making Halloween. How is he still alive?
You know what?
How is Michael Myers
He's
still alive?
immortal.
He's about to
dude.
be 90, still
Yeah.
trying to slash and dash people.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't know.
Jamie Lee Curtis is trying to kill him every single time now. She's scrambling. I don't know. Honestly, I tried really watching it.
I
was
hate that A24 bought that over.
Wait, what?
And
Oh,
they're-
bro, did
They
y'all see
bought who?
the? Yeah,
They
sorry,
bought what?
Sorry,
the Halloween series. A24 bought the Halloween series over, so they're gonna
which is dope.
revamp it.
Oh, okay.
But how would you do
The-
A24 style?
bro? The Alien, like the new Alien.
Oh yeah.
See, I hope that one's good because I hope
never
it's just a
seen any.
remake.
Disney owns Predator,
Yeah,
I've never seen
Alien
any
vs
of them.
Predator.
and watching that Prey.
Yeah.
that was actually badass.
That's the one on Hulu, right? With the chick.
With
deaf
the
girl?
native.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, that
Is she
was
deaf?
dope. Yeah,
She's
I
deaf,
think so.
right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I didn't watch, but now I'm going to.
You
No,
should.
no, it was
I love
dope,
that.
bro.
I love those movies.
I
I,
don't like-
love
I don't
Alien.
like
I love
space
Predator.
movies.
I love space movies. So like Covenant and then Prometheus.
Oh, yo,
Prometheus is such an amazing movie.
yo, that shit was.
Did you ever watch
crazy.
Arrival?
Yeah,
That one was tough.
that was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Slow but good.
Yeah, it was.
Because for an alien movie, you're like,
God.
Like, hurry up, bro.
Yeah.
Show me the alien.
Yeah.
Just talk once. God.
oh, I was going to talk about. I went because remember that day I went to kick with you guys. I told you to come watch Long Legs with me. Go watch it. It's not even a scary movie.
No, we already talked about it. You already told. I think either you told me what about it. No.
No, there's no,
No.
way because I talked about it with you at the Tuk Tuks to go watch it
Yeah.
with me. But obviously I
out
didn't know.
Tuk-Tuks.
Shout
Go
out
ahead,
to
and
Jimmy
get
and
y'all,
Tuk Tuk
go ahead and
family.
get y'all the wings and yellow curry. And what else did you get? You got
got-
papaya
yeah,
He got the
salad.
lap.
Papaya,
Don't
lap,
get over
sticky
one
rice.
spicy. Don't get
No.
over
Yeah,
one.
yo.
Stick to zero.
Yeah.
Us
Stick to zero.
Asians, us Asians, we'd be like, yo,
I'm not watching Long Legs,
5
though.
spicy. And
Watch
we
it.
regret
No.
it.
It's a great
I
movie.
refuse.
That's probably one of
I
my favorite
refuse.
movies that came out this year.
My boy Zach actually told me about it yesterday. I told him to spoil it for me because I'm not watching that shit.
Bro, you know
no,
what's a good
I
movie?
refuse. Hell no.
I like Wedding Singer and Happy Gilmore, but
They're making Happy Gilmore too.
Click,
Click
Fire.
Click was actually one of the first movies that made me cry.
bro, same,
The ending. Oh
Yeah.
my
bro.
god. when he's
I'm
laying
watching
there
it.
on
I'm
his
like, yo, this is
deathbed.
hilarious, and then at the end, I'm like, oh hell no,
Yeah,
bro, what
that
the
one-
Grown Ups is so funny.
Grown Ups is amazing.
Grown-Ups is dope.
Those movies are so good every
And then
single time.
Hustle. I mean, it's probably biased because like seeing the players, I was like,
Yeah.
that's actually sick as fuck. But overall movie and like getting you like to motivate, like that was perfect. It's
Yeah.
like watching
Creed.
it's like watching Never Back Down, and then as soon as you're done watching it, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck some people. I can fight, even though you can't. But
Yeah.
you got you just got done.
That's
watching
how
like
I feel
a
every
movie.
time I watch a fighting movie, though. Every
Creed.
time,
Yeah, yeah.
Ip Man is one of my favorites.
Oh my gosh.
Every time I
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
Ip Man, and like get ready for some Wing Chun that I've never studied because I can punch pretty fast. I'm just punching the air. Just get out of my way.
Bro, it's like watching Step Up. You're just like, oh,
I can do
I'm
that.
about to go battle somebody now.
I could do that. No, I can't. Oh my god.
There's no way. No,
I
There's
gotta
no, I don't
stretch.
got no dance moves.
Oh no.
I can hit a backflip. Does it? Oh shit.
Out for 2 weeks. Oh man. Oh god. So we went through your movies, your album.
He actually never gave us a vague answer.
I
He
know,
just kind of
it's
gave
fine.
us a
It's fine.
generalized like.
He just Murphy is a movie lover.
He's
Just
a-
like
Oh,
and
you know
I.
what movie I hate?
Okay, that's fine.
Oh,
That
that's
works
even
too.
better, yeah.
That works.
Okay, I don't really hate this movie.
Oh, okay.
Hot take though. A movie that I think is super overrated and that everyone loves that's trash to me, Avatar.
Oh, the blue people.
The blue people. Pocahontas.
Yeah,
Blue.
it's literally Pocahontas. Yeah.
Blue Pocahontas.
Yeah.
That was trash. That was
The second one was just visually pleasing though. I was watching it.
Visually pleasing,
I was
both of them are
watching
really
a
good. But
whale
honestly, the
become a friend.
storyline is just
Yeah,
not
I don't
that
know what
great.
was going on.
I watched Avatar when it came out and I was like,
It's James
this
Cameron.
put me to sleep.
Yeah.
James Cameron, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
They're making like 5 more of those.
Yeah.
There's one series I'm
I
actually
thought
really
it was,
interested in now
I
though.
thought it was 9 in total.
Yeah.
Oh,
9 in total is what
Dune.
they agreed on.
Dune.
Dune.
There's a TV
Okay,
show.
I
that just
Dune 1
recently
was
just announced.
No, okay. See, the thing is, you have to be
You
okay
have
with
to
world
watch the
building.
first
You have
one.
to like.
Yeah.
It's just like
I
okay, it's just
understand
like
now.
Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
Nope.
No,
right?
Lord of the
Nope.
Rings though. Yeah.
right? It's just like world building, right? Part 2
refuse.
was just world building, and then after that, you just go straight into action.
I mean, it's kind of like watching Loki, bro. Like you watch like season 1 and you're like, okay, cool. Like that's
Loki's
chill.
fire.
No. But you're like, oh, yo, that's chill. But you watch 2 and it just makes you like love 1 a lot more. And you're just like, oh my gosh, the whole, like it as a whole is incredible.
Yeah.
But it's like watching Dune 1 and then going to Dune 2, you appreciate 1 because of 2.
Yeah. Because she watched Dune 1 the day before we went to watch it, Dune 2, and she was like, oh my God, this movie's so boring. Can you just go sell my ticket or give it to one of your friends? And I was like, no, you have to watch Dune 2.
I have to watch it.
And then she watched it, she goes, wow, this is amazing.
They
And
got-
she didn't get up at all.
They have an A-list roster of
Everything.
actors on that
Yeah.
movie.
Everything about that.
My favorite movie, Avatar: The Last Airbender
Oh my
from
God.
M. Night. I'm just kidding.
Stop. That's where I'm shutting you off.
it.
Anytime you list an M. Night Shyamalan movie, I'm shutting you off.
Wait, no, you hate M. Night Shyamalan?
He just never gets to the point.
He only had one good movie, right?
What was his one good movie?
Hot take. Sixth Sense?
Sixth Sense.
Is that the wood people?
No, that's The Village.
Oh
Kendrick
hell no!
Lamar.
I don't like. I again.
Oh,
I don't
he
like,
never watched it.
I don't watch scary shit. Hell no.
Okay,
I like-
Sixth
I go to-
Sense was his last good movie.
I go to peace. I go to bed with peace in my heart, in my head every night, and I don't need anything that like.
But you need to know
he has
what
a new movie
violence
coming
is,
out,
bro.
but I think his new movie is going to be.
Nah, that movie is gonna look. It's the
Oh,
butcher.
the trap.
The Trap, I think.
Trap. I think it's
Yeah.
Trap.
I
the
don't
one
know.
inside where they're trapped
Yeah, at
inside
the
the
concert,
stadium.
that-
That actually looks
That
pretty
looks-
interesting.
that
That's
looks
why
good.
I
I'll
want to
probably
see how
watch
they
it.
take that because
Because we already know the plot.
You kind of
Yeah.
already know everything from the trailer.
But you know,
so-
M. Night Shyamalan is not about the plot; it's about
Yeah.
the twists and turns that he's going to
Yeah.
throw in there.
So, but here's the other thing too: is like I hate watching those movies where I just see the plot, like the
You're-
ending already, and I'm
Yeah.
like, why am I watching this? Like I already know how it's gonna end, and they like. It's like a mystery movie where you're like trying to find out who the killer, and you're like, this person is too obvious, so it can't be them,
Yeah.
even though I know it's them. And then you watch, then they show you the killer, and it's exactly who you thought, and you're like, yeah, because I saw it. But you wanted me to think it wasn't them.
Scream 5 was really good because I did not see that coming. I saw some part of it coming, but when they added in
Yeah,
the two other killers, I was like, oh, it's a family thing?
They
Wow.
do really well with
That-
like
yeah,
doing those twists and turns. Like it blew me. I'm like, what the shit? So you're telling me the killer from the last movie, their family just got added in, and they just started killing all their friends off, and which is crazy because like the characters in Scream like are literally studying
Yeah.
like scary movies.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're saying like, oh, this is the part where one of us is gonna die, and then boom, like 20 minutes later,
Someone dies.
yeah, and it's like crazy. And she's like, oh, thank God, like we're dating, or else we wouldn't have made it out.
Yeah.
It's crazy though.
You know what's a good movie? Scary movie.
Scary movie
The-
1,
like the
2, and
parody.
3.
Like 1, 2,
But
and 3.
dog,
That's it.
Scary
What's
movie
the-
1, 2, and 3. Goated.
what's that? What movie is it? What is it?
My
1, 2?
germs.
No. It's oh my god. It's 3 where it's like the Asian kids up top
Speaking
and she-
Japanese.
Yeah, and
And
she's
they're
like,
listing off
Okinawa Honda Toyota Teriyaki, bro.
Benihana.
Yeah,
That's such
Yo.
no.
I'm looking see that on Twitter and I'm in tears because I'm like, there's no way. Oh my god.
No way they got away with
Wait,
that.
no. There's a Disney movie. The Aristocrats. It's like it's about
Yeah.
the kittens and stuff,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Oh my god, there's the craziest
The Chinese
racist,
semi-
there's
the
the
Siamese
craziest
cat? No
racist
way.
scene in that movie. Oh my god, I gotta. Y'all have already seen it?
I know, I
right?
already seen it. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's like,
Siamese
yeah.
cats.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like.
And they're
The
singing.
Siamese-
They're singing like Chinese. The
Yes.
Chinese.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Yeah, I know exactly which one.
Oh my, because I remember watching. I'm like, yo, this is when
They don't make them like that anymore.
I was watching. I was in tears. I was like, there's no way they did this in a Disney movie where it's okay. On another note, oh my god, dude, I need them to remake like Peter Pan. I think
They are.
No, they need to do.
They're
dark,
doing Hook.
No.
It's the Hook.
They need to do dark Peter
Wait.
Pan.
They are.
Oh, you're talking about how like Peter Pan is actually the villain, and then Cook's
Yeah.
trying to save the kids.
Yeah,
and
I
everything.
would love to see that.
But the new Peter Pan, who is this? She's like a lead black actress. That's what they're doing with the new Peter Pan. I have to
Wait.
show you the trailer after.
Okay, yeah. Are
Yeah.
you gonna go watch Wicked?
No.
Oh, okay. That's one movie.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'll probably watch it.
When I first saw the first trailer, I was like, whack. Second trailer, whack. This one I saw at the movie theater with my kids.
Fire.
We watched Inside Out. I was like,
Oh my God.
yo, I actually want to watch this.
Did you watch Inside Out too?
No.
Bro,
I
oh
haven't
my
watched part one
gosh.
yet.
Okay, Inside Out 2, let me just say this. Emotional.
It's
I had
emotional for
emotional
adults.
damage.
They said it's
Yeah, 'cause
emotional
you
for
grow,
adults.
You grow up. You literally started with the first one,
Bruh.
and you're like, I at least was like I think like what year did that come out?
13 years ago?
My daughter was like, yeah, my daughter.
Wait,
no,
it came out 13
no,
years ago?
No,
So
no, it
20
didn't. My daughter was 1, like not even 1, so like 9 years ago.
Okay. That's still a long time.
2015.
9 years
So
ago.
I was literally finishing up high school. Oh my God.
You were a
Yeah.
kid.
See? Yeah, and then
Yeah,
you grow
you're
up and you
still a kid.
realize like, oh my God. So many
I didn't
good-
really watch because like my excuse is that I
The
didn't really
music?
watch kid movies or like those kind of movies after like 22.
That's what I watch when y'all recommend scary ass movies to me. I'll
But
watch
see-
a kid ass movie to go to sleep. I'll
I'll be
watch
watching
Lilo
some-
and Stitch over and over again.
I be watching some crazy shit. And
I'm good
just-
on that.
just because I'm just like that's what puts me to sleep.
He be
Hey, tech support, you hear this, right? I just want to make sure that you hear this.
She just ignores me nowadays. It's fine.
God, Murphy, I just
I'm crazy, he says.
I'm so crazy.
if there was one car you could drive for the rest of your life, and there was one car that you could get, what car would it be?
Oh man.
There's not one.
I'll give you 3.
Right here, Han's RX-7, the Supra from the first movie,
And then
the R30. Honestly, any Fast and the Furious from like the first 3 movies.
R34, R35, 4GT.
Give me.
I would do
the-
Supra. I would do RX-7, but it's typical Asian for me. So
Yeah.
I got to get away from the Asian cars.
My favorite car growing up was the i8. I really wanted an i8.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then I sat in
That's
one.
the Audi, right?
No, it's the Lexus.
What?
Oh, what
That's
was,
R8.
Oh, I was like, I swear.
what was the... What's the car in initial D? Just kidding.
Oh yeah, the 86.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire. I think it's fire because we've been to Japan a lot, so like I love seeing that car just on the road because it just reminds me of Jay Cho.
The Mona Lisa in
Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo.
Yeah,
Did you? Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna steer it off again. Did you see that Supreme got bought? By the way.
yeah.
What do you think about it?
Well, it was already bad news when they were selling off the first time, and then
Yeah.
Supreme fell off, and then this is just gonna plummet again.
Let's
It's just-
go.
It's just keep going down.
That's
you know,
okay.
I think it takes another 3 or 4 years for like hype B stuff to like really take off again. It all comes back. People are gonna be back into it, but right now the whole world's into thrifting, baggy clothes, all this stuff. So
Yeah, the 90s style's back for
yeah,
sure. I
like
mean,
people are right now wearing pants that are 3 times too big for them. Like at this point, like Paris is even trying to get my pants for me and cut into jorts.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, jorts, long jorts are
well,
back.
super long jorts. I was like, damn, dude, where was this?
The jerseys over the shirt is
Yeah.
back.
Yeah,
The llama alpaca hair, I don't.
You talking about a mullet?
No,
Yeah.
the alpaca hair.
the cut right here, the little line.
The broccoli
Yeah,
with frosted tips.
Where are you at?
Bro, I went to a fairgrounds like
You went to a fair. You went to
Farmington
Carnival?
days.
Okay.
Bro, I never felt so old in my life. I swear to God. These guys were like, Skibbity Ohio toilet Riz. And I'm like, what the Sigma?
I still
I'm
don't.
just kidding.
I still don't know any of that because it's funny because we had the same conversation in the last podcast episode because he's 24 and they kept saying type shit and I'm like, bro,
Type shit.
and like, and they're not even. Some people are not even using it in the reference that it should be.
Or,
you know?
or they'll say actually.
Yeah.
Like actually, like that for some reason that's something that they put like actually.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, it's funny because when we grew up, we're like, we use slang, and our slang actually meant the words that are slang. But
Oh,
Skippity
yeah.
Ohio fucking toiletry, whatever
Yeah.
it is. I
or,
was like,
or what the Sigma? Yo, that's
Yeah.
so alpha.
I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, I'll just stick to bet.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what- that's literally-
I'll just stick
That's
to
as
bet.
far as I can go.
Brian will ask me what I'm doing or how I'm doing, and then I'll ask him how he's doing. He'll be like, "Bet." That's all he says back to me. He only uses one word to respond. I'm like, "Okay, he's good."
No, I do.
He's
I
good.
I need to get. I'm solid, honestly.
He's
nah,
like,
but like seeing like the 90s style, like even the emo type stuff coming back. There's like I had a Jedi braid like back in the day. I still like I rocked that until 2012. I chopped mine off. Jedi braids are coming back.
yeah.
And I'm like, bro,
They were in when I was in high school.
Yeah, that was during the time. The dance community was on it early though.
yeah.
But like it was not until like
my Jedi braid
what-
was all the way.
there was
I
like
could wrap it around my head.
rappers were doing it during the 2010s, and that's why people started. That's why the b-boys actually stopped doing it
Yeah.
because it became a fad that they didn't want to be part of.
Okay.
Because every damn b-boy either had a mullet, bald head, or they had a Jedi braid during the time I was watching them dance,
Yeah. And then or like the crazy cool colors.
like Quest Crew.
yeah,
like
I
Ryan.
had the colors. I had
Yeah.
a faux hawk with my Jedi braid.
Yeah.
With the blonde and then purple.
Who was it? Oh, Poriotics. Can.
Yeah,
and, like, they all-
Poriotics.
like-
yeah.
Yeah, those guys were crazy with the hair.
Yeah, no, they were dope too.
I don't know how their hair stayed intact. That's what's crazy. All the shit they had to put in
Got
their
to
hair.
be glue gel.
Yeah, that shit.
I use that shit, bro. Hey, yo, I remember my boy Bosco. He had spikes, and his name was B-Boy Spikes. But he had like, you remember the spiky dude from You Got Served?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. So I was just like, damn. But like that stuff is kind of back. Like, if I could describe outfits right now, they look like You Got Served.
It's Y2K.
Yeah, it's
just
it's
Y2K.
90s to Y2K
Digital
right now.
cameras are back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start bringing my iPod Nano. I'm gonna get.
Do you
it.
see that? People recording
on
on at a show. They're recording on iPod Nanos and like Nintendo DS and shit. They're recording a whole show.
I'm getting my DS out,
Yeah.
bro. Y'all not doing this to me. I'm like right on that threshold. So
Oh yeah, you are.
yeah.
Yeah.
Me and him are past that
He can
threshold.
still be lit.
Yeah. When we do it, it's not cool.
You're hurting me. You're
No,
hurting
you
me.
gotta say it's cringe.
Yeah.
I don't even like that. Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm not into that stuff.
Or is
I have a
cringe.
serious question though for you.
What's
If
poppin'?
there was one thing you could tell, like, what do you have to say to all the younger kids out there that want to be like you, Murphy? That want to do the content creation,
Like
stuff?
Nike, just do it.
Okay,
No,
just
like-
do it.
No, I mean, if you want to create content, like there's nothing stopping you besides yourself. Like you enable yourself if you don't do it. You don't need no fancy camera. Like to be honest, everybody has a iPhone that shoots 4K ProRes. Bro, you have more technology in your phone than I had 10 years ago.
Okay,
And if you're like, oh, I don't know how to edit, bro, CapCut, Canva, like you have that to your access.
There it
And
is.
then if you want even more access, bro, you have YouTube. You can just go
University.
and look for Premiere Pro. Again, it's all up to your hustle and how you want to be as a creator. Like a creator does not stop creating. So it's kind of like this thing. It's like this. I can give an average person the most expensive camera in the world. The most like
I know. I already know. Where you're going with this.
the most expensive camera in the world, and they can't create shit. I can give a creator a iPhone Nano, an iPad or
a DS.
a DS,
And
and
that
they
makes them
can
cool.
create the most craziest stuff that you've ever seen in your life. So again, you need to quit saying like, "Why not me?" or like, "Why can't I create?" It's
Stop having a victim mentality.
yeah, it's literally you, and like, and I mean this like respectfully and so nice. Like, what you need to do is just like honestly,
Lock in.
just lock in. But like,
Lock in.
You just have to go out and just do it,
gotta
and then
do
you'll
it.
never know until you fail.
yeah,
And then when you
know
fail,
until
just
you
figure it
try.
out again.
and that's the other
God,
thing.
trial and error.
The beauty of failing, like, bro, you don't know how many times I failed in my life. Like, again, I was a failure to most people's standards when I was 20 years old. I may look like a failure on paper because my background and being a high school dropout. But at the same time, there are months where I make one person, like somebody's salary in 1 year.
In a month.
I make that in a month. Actually, I lied. I made about $48,000 in 1 day.
Huh?
So, yeah. So I made $48,000 in 1 day. So I make half or somebody's full salary in 1 day from just doing content. So like again, The money shouldn't motivate you. The art should motivate you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the money will come.
And the money, yes, and the money will come. Whatever you want to do, don't do it for the money, because if you just do it for the money or for the views or for the attention,
Yeah.
you're never going to get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that you say that because we had we do a thing called Chef Special. We're not going to make
That's
you do
it.
it. We're not going to make you do it because I was pretty much your Chef Special. But when
That's
we were at
it. That's what I
Sabadi
was trying to
Fest,
figure out.
we
All
met
right.
Tim Chongtaransu, Timmy De La Ghetto.
Hey, yo, that's my twin. Everyone says, yo, you look like Tim. And I'm like, nah, I'm the sexier version. Like, you feel me? Like,
It's funny, and then he also says that too, because I was like, what advice would you give to a creator that's trying to come up? And he says, you just got to be consistent and don't do it for the clicks, don't do it for the views. You have to just be you. So
Be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be sly.
yo, and shout out to Tim, my brother, my twin. Just kidding.
Tim, you see this? We're trying to get you on the podcast. Oh man, that was a fun episode. That was great that we got to get all that out of the way.
That's actually dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Thank
fun.
you for coming, by the way, Murphy.
For
I
sure.
know it's kind of like last minute in a sense.
Very
but, like,
last minute.
Thank you for coming.
Bro,
truly.
I'm the most random person. As long as you get my attention at that moment,
Yeah,
it's
I
probably
know.
gonna
Trust me.
happen.
That's why, because he texted me saying like, "Yo, you think Murphy would really come on?" I texted you immediately. I'm like, "Hey, are you trying to do this?"
Yeah.
And then I followed up with you again this morning to make sure. Hey, you're still coming, right?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure. But
I
I'm
mean,
glad you-
it was like when he hit me up to film a birthday party, and I was like, bet. Like, I was like, fuck it. Like, I ain't got nothing else to do. And it's just like stuff like that, like that I do for homies, but not only like homies, but like I'm just random and super sporadic and like spare the moment. Like if you catch me, you catch me.
Yeah,
And I mean, it kind of does with the ADHD thing where like that's why I was a creator, was because I get to do something different every single day.
Yeah.
It's never the same thing. So it's like, imagine you're like, shit, I'm cooking patties for the rest of my life. This sucks. But now you're like, okay, cool. I can make this, or I can
Yeah.
do this.
life's what you make of it.
Yeah. So like for me, I was like, fuck it. Like I can create whatever I want. That's why I love being like the freelance videographer, because like my life is different every day. I can go from filming some stuff for Star Wars or red carpet stuff to filming NBA players, to filming a mom and pop shop, maybe pawn shop, to filming a music video. You never know. Or filming a chef. And like, I love all of that because it's so creative and different, and I can tell a story.
yeah,
And again, back to creating, like that's the whole reason why I love creating, is because I can create whatever I want, however I want, and I can tell a story. And the story is the most important part. Also, for future young creators, story is king. If you do not have a story, a beginning and a middle, end, find it in everything that you do, because if you tell a story, you can sell the story. If you can tell your story about why the t-shirt is the way it is, you can sell the t-shirt. And a lot of people don't buy the t-shirt because it's tight. They buy the t-shirt because it's you, or because of the story. So same, shout out to my boys, buy a t-shirt.
On that note, make sure you cop your merch. Where can they buy the merch at?
Yeah. Where can you buy the merch?
you can't buy the merch anywhere except for pop-ups.
When's the next pop up?
We actually have a pop-up here July 27th at Cooperative, actually, 12 through 7 p.m.
The 27th. Is that Saturday?
Saturday.
I won't be there because I'll be with you.
I was gonna say. I was like,
but Amy is going to be there with
okay,
the rest of the team.
I was like,
don't worry, we're going to hang out. We're going to...
And
and on that note, he will kill me if I don't say this. So go ahead and get you tickets at globeleague.com. Go ahead, come on. There's a barbecue pool party on July 27th.
July
I believe that this Sunday actually
It's the last day to buy tickets.
Osiris will stop selling tickets online, and he will talk to you. If you slide on next Saturday and you walk up there with no ticket, he will look you in the eye and be like, "Man,
Told you to buy a ticket.
yo,
I gave y'all 2 months to buy it, but y'all wanted to buy college football 25 instead."
Which is everyone on is on right now.
Ooh,
no,
we-
July 27th on Catterday, buy it right meow. It's going to be awesome.
So I actually have a question before we wrap up, since we're on to the superhero stuff. If you had one power, and I'll give you a disability with your power, but if you had one power in the world, what would it be?
You have one.
bro.
One.
My thing that I would say is like if I had a superhero that I could be, would be Spider-Man. Like my all-time like favorite superhero of all time because of how relatable he is, how he has to balance life and work, and how like in how to take care of his neighborhood, the small people. It doesn't matter how big or small they are. He like if I could be a superhero or or have a superpower or anything and the responsibility, it would be Spider-Man.
Yeah. Okay. Because you're Spider-Man, someone always dies close to
Yeah.
you.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's like the thing about
Jeez.
Spider-Man, though.
Yeah.
Right? His whole story is that Spider-Man is the most perfect hero as far as being human and also having a superpower.
Yep.
And that's what I've always tell people. But the downside to Spider-Man is that he's emotional because of the people around him. So he lets the people that he loves block out the things that he should be doing. So it's a counterbalance to each other, right?
Yep.
So because he needs that stuff as well to feel him into the superpower or superhuman that he can be.
Yeah, I'm picking Tony Stark.
Tony Stark, it's not a
picking
superpower.
Tony-
You just have to be rich.
I'm picking Tony Stark.
You have to be rich.
Bruce Wayne. Okay, I mean
The
it's the
same thing.
Tony Stark. Tony Stark. Give me Tony Stark
But
in
you're-
Infinity War and Endgame.
But yours is obtainable. Say it has to be a power that you can that's not
Yeah,
attainable
you can't
right now.
just be a genius.
Because you can just be rich and smart,
Yeah,
and then you can be the next Tony Stark. We got Elon Musk.
bro, you could be
That
Bill
guy's
Gates.
a super villain.
Yeah, but he has money.
That
Bill
guy's
Gates.
a super villain.
Yeah, Bill Gates, dude. All these guys, all these rich guys. Warren Buffett. All
What's this? Oh God.
like a
Tay, what would you do? Or who would
man.
you be?
I really enjoyed Jumper, the movie.
Oh, bro.
So,
That's with Hayden
Yo,
Christensen. right?
okay, I'm not going. That's another
but
one.
also,
I'm going to the
right,
bank.
You could only your power could only be used in places that you've seen before.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I'm
crazy.
good. I'm good.
But see,
crazy.
and that's what I'm saying.
So
though.
you try to see the world and you're like, bet.
Where you want to go?
I would just be in Tokyo every day. That's it.
Tay, where you going? I'm gonna go to Tokyo real quick. I'll be right back.
Hey, yo, I'm about to go to the store. You want anything? Pop back.
Because everyone says flying, but like that means you have to do more work flying. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
like-
if you're Superman, you fly at the speed of sound.
Yeah, but then also if you just teleport, you're there already anyways.
Yeah.
You don't have to get up in the
Night-
air. You don't have to do
Nightcrawler.
anything. Yeah, Nightcrawler. Yep. That's why I say teleportation.
But it'd be teleportation. That's
Yeah, but then every time you teleport, you age. So you have to be smart about it.
Oh, do you
I
really?
like that.
Did he
Yeah.
age in that movie?
No, Nightcrawler,
No.
like all these guys, if they use because it's the same thing. Like X-Men, mutants,
yeah.
they every time they use their power, they lose something else in them. Right. So in that
guess
no,
that
they do
would be
age. They do time moves faster.
But it's just like Wolverine. Like the adamantium is killing him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's always a downside to your power.
Yeah. I mean, and then it basically ages him. So if he didn't have that, which also protects him.
Yeah.
So it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
I mean, Deadpool, like you basically have cancer.
Yeah.
Like
That's why
and his cancer is like so hard where it's like he has a healing factor, but his cancer can or he can only heal as fast as his cancer
is killing him.
Yeah, because his cancer is like super rapid.
Yeah.
So it can only heal so much.
That's why he looks like a burn victim.
Yeah.
There it is. Well,
But Spider-Man.
But you didn't have no power? You just took off his headphones ready to go.
No, I think I don't. I literally said Tony. I want.
Ah man, that's boring.
Okay, Doctor Strange. Can
There
I
you
do
go.
this? Can I
There
do
you go,
this?
yeah.
But that's
Let's
not
do
a
this.
power.
That's the will of determination.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why can't I do this now?
That's
Murphy?
magic. No.
Yeah. Magic, that's a power. There we go.
I don't know. I'll
But-
come back. Circle back.
That is circle back. There's only three of us in here. You can't circle back.
Circle-
You want me to ask him another question? Hold on. Let me see if I can come up with a question real quick. Actually, I didn't actually ask this question, which will go relate to your business. What are your goals and dreams with the creator space?
Shit. I'd have to make you sign an NDA.
Yeah, we ain't signing NDAs here. It's gonna be live. this
But
weekend,
again,
so.
think of how I mean, I could say it like this: a fantasy factory for creators that businesses can use, but also for creators to have fun. Because the idea that I have, like a lot of people are kind of doing it already. But for me, I'm like, you guys are barely scratching the surface. And I'm like, is this it for you guys? Because for me, I want literally one in every state. I want to make it so big. And it doesn't even have to be every state. It could just be Utah. but I want to make something so crazy and so different and so big that when you see it, you're like, holy shit, this is the place. This is the spot. And again, it's the law of attraction. I just want to create something where people are like, yo, they put out good vibes and you can tell.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I forgot to ask that question because we went to the movie stuff. But yes, it's great to know where, first of all, you are a creator and everything else, but you're also an entrepreneur. So people like to see what, other people are doing with their businesses or their mindset towards their business. So that's actually really good that that you have something lined up for your business that you couldn't really tell us, but you gave us a description in a way that you're going around it.
Yeah. And then like for those people who are getting to business, like legit, like again, if your dreams don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough. So literally find a dream and risk it because like what's like you already know what the worst thing is. You fell. But you're going to learn something from it. I used to say it's a lesson or a blessing, but it's usually both.
Yeah.
And for me, like business, a lot of people make it look like, oh, business is great, or the term must be nice. But must be nice is those like, well, you didn't see the 15 years that I put in to look like an overnight success.
Yeah.
So, just keep hustling and keep killing it because there's going to be that one day you're going to succeed. And all the successful people I've met in my life are successful because they never gave up. And that's the only way you can succeed.
And that's a great way to end it. Oh my God.
Yeah, but superpower.
Yeah, superpower motherfucker.
I got nothing for you.
All right, Tony Stark.
thanks.
We're a rich guy.
Tony
But
Stark.
thank you guys for tuning in to episode 98 Off the Menu podcast. Thank you, Brian Chow, for being here as a guest host. Thank you, Murphy Yang. Make sure you check out
I didn't
his
even
work.
have to be here. Murphy was
You
doing
needed to
great.
be here. You needed to be here. You asked a really good
Nah,
question
we
that I didn't
we
have to
wanted
ask.
you here, bro.
Plus, you're the devil's advocate. A lot
Episode
of the time.
100 better drop the news, by the way, or I will.
But
Or
thank
I
you guys
will.
for tuning in to Off the Menu podcast, episode 98 of Murphy Yang, Brian Chow. Make sure you guys check them out in the description below. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.